What is good, Arca Bulls family? How is everybody tonight? Moderators, Mark Roach, what is up, guys? DJ, how you doing, man? Hi, Samantha. KYP, I see you up in the chat. How you doing? How you doing? Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for showing up today. Really awesome time in the markets today. Oh my goodness, man. I can't tell you guys. What's up, Diamond Music Production? Good to see you here, my bro. Good to see you here. Chase Cross, what is up, man? Yeah, we'll take a look at that COSM, of course. What is up, Steve Thompson? Tyler, how you doing? CLNV? Yeah, man. Yeah. No problem, man. We'll put it up on the schedule. No problem at all. Guys, GTII, yes, I see a bunch of comments for it. It has been moving up exponentially, you guys. Everything is looking pretty good for GTII. My goodness. What is up, guys? Let me get those A's in the chat if you can actually hear your boy. Throw some A's in the chat. Let's go right now, you guys. Let's go right now. A's in the chat. Throw them in. But what is up, you guys? Who is long? Who has made some cash in this bull run today? Such an absolute gamble, right, man? Oh my goodness, you guys, it is important for us to know the details before we trade them. Oh my goodness, thank you guys. Hi, Nguyen, what's up, man? Thank you so much for stopping by. WV, what is up? Andrew, how you doing, guys? Ariba. That is absolutely it, man. Counselor Diamond Hands, what is up, my bro? Good to see you here. I haven't actually kept up with your videos, but are you still posting? Is everything going good with your channel? And if it is, guys, make sure to send your hello and send your subscribe and a like to Counselor Diamond Hands profile. Okay, you guys, very important information regarding GTII from the man himself, Counselor Diamond Hands. Good to see you here, buddy. So Michael, what's up, man? What's up? Good to see you here. I love it, you guys. I love it. So guys, we have a very, very awesome list today coming in, right? So I know there's a bunch of people still still kind of coming into the chat, so we're just gonna go ahead and wait for the live chat to actually just fill up, right, you guys? Very exciting times today, though, man. And yes, KYP, make sure to hit that like button, you guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, okay? And also, if you guys are interested in the subscription packages for the ARC-Series indicators, definitely reach out to me via DM or on Twitter or on Discord. My email is located in the About section of the YouTube profile here, okay? So it's gonna say something like for business inquiries only, okay? So just go ahead and click on that anyway, and you'll see my email pop up if you guys need to reach out to me. Joe H, what is up, my dude? Good to see you here. Pabon, how you doing, man? Hey, I actually covered your ticker the last time. I'm not sure if you were able to see it. But yeah, hey, listen, I know you were too scared to go into the market. It's not about being scared. It's about being smart. And that is honestly the best way we can look at it. We definitely don't know what the Fed is going to say. We have no idea what's going on in Jerome Powell's head, right? But he actually gave it to the markets, you guys, and we are definitely being stimulated to the upside, man, which actually worries me for 2024. Okay, so it's okay. I'm sure they know what they're doing. I'm sure they got their hands tied and stuff like that. And I'm not even gonna pretend like I can read macroeconomics. Okay, you guys, there's it is a series of gears just stacked on each other. So many moving parts. It's literally like trying to wrench on a Rolex watch. We can't do that, you guys. We need a specialist for that, and hopefully Jerome Powell can essentially doctor that and make sure that we're okay for the long run. Right, Fern 5, good to see you here, man. Good to see you. And Andrew says, thank you for your coverage on GTII. You kept me in this with your TA. Your knowledge and understanding is top notch. Andrew, Thank you so much, my dude. I really hope that I can provide and can continue providing that information for others to be inspired into looking at the markets in a different way, right? So I really appreciate your comment there, your words, my dude. I appreciate you so much. Guys, if you are new to the chat, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And yeah, you guys, look at this. Mark Roach is on top of the game, telling us that lots of big earnings still to come this week. Mark Roach, thank you so much. We have Apple earnings, we have Google, we have Amazon, so we have some large blue chips that are essentially going to move the markets. Okay, you guys, it's not only about the index, only because the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ go up, that doesn't necessarily mean that everything is going to go up, you guys. We can definitely be pressured to the upside with a mega cap as well. So if something like Microsoft or Apple starts pumping to the upside, you better bet that the markets will be pressured to the upside as well. These companies are worth lots and lots of money, okay, you guys? Very good things right here. Chopness, what is up? What is up? Good to see you here. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. We have an awesome list for tickers to evaluate, some of which are included from the early access in the Discord memberships, okay, you guys? If you are not part of the Discord Arca Bulls, please go ahead and refer to the link in the description below, and that'll take you straight there. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go over our list of tickers shortly. We just want to be able to get our chat to a little bit of a healthier place, right? So KYP, thank you so much for your donation. I know you're long already. I think was it what, GTII? Or what are you long in right now? I know you comment in a lot of my videos and you interact and you're always so kind to me. What can I do for you? Is there anything that you're curious about? And it doesn't have to be a ticker. It can be a strategy. It can be anything. You know what I mean? So please go ahead and comment below, and I'll look out just for you so that I can, provide something. I don't want to pick your pocket like that, okay? So Michael, what is up, man? Are you talking about INDO? I know a few people have been talking about that INDO ticker, but what's going on with it, man? Is that I heard so. I don't know if it was moving on news. I don't know what the deal is exactly, but please let me know. And yeah, Steven, what is up, my dude? Hey, by the way, Steven, thank you so much for that donation. I don't wanna assume this, but I think I actually replied to an email or a DM from you recently. So please let me know if I did or didn't. I want to make sure that I am replying to these things. But Steven, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much for all of your help, my dude. That's very kind, you guys. My family is eternally thankful for everyone who does here, who donates and interacts with me and leaves comments. That stuff goes a long way, you guys. So KYP is saying just thanks. CRTD and CLNV, and yes, I'm long on GTII. Thank you, guys. GTII, my goodness. Good, Steven. Thank you so much for letting me know. I'm happy that I did respond to that. GTII has been making that upside, just like we were talking about. That video that I released, just released, actually goes in to detail about the statistical side that we were talking about. I'm talking about a month ago, okay, you guys? This signal fired and reset and continued. We're talking about a 3,000% move to the upside here, you guys. This is going to be difficult, and we're just about 400% up thus far. My goodness, that is massive, guys. If you were watching the videos that I was releasing for GTII, I was literally saying 47 cents could be our floor. And we actually went to 45 cents, and from there it's been upward. Of course, we got a pullback recently, right? But that's the natural ebb and flow of the market cycles. Okay, you guys, we got to be patient. We got to know how to move these things. Okay, so we are now up. Actually, $2.25 marks about 396% up on GTII. That is life changing for some people, you guys. Okay, so I want to inspire you to look at the markets in a different way. Don't look at them based on just what everyone else is doing. Create your own way so that you can see just how much more edge you can get, because it requires that, you guys. It requires your personal touch. It's not, don't follow, don't copy others, just inspire, okay? Be inspired by them and then apply it to your edge, and you'll see how tight you'll get. Very good stuff. B, what is up, man? Whoa. So you're saying you didn't see CRTD really moving with GTII? Man, that's interesting. I actually, CRTD out of GTII was the one that actually got me the most grief, so I try to stay away from CRTD more than I do GTII, you know what I mean? But I actually received a very nice email or a DM from somebody holding GTII long, and they asked me like, hey man, this is a very important time for the GTII holders, and I know you're getting a lot of grief and this and that, right? But it would be awesome if you can actually just keep us updated during these days that we're moving up, and we would be eternally thankful, guys. Those kinds of DMs are absolutely encouraged. I love to hear things like that. You know, he came with utter humility and really asked me for a solid on this, and I want to fulfill that, you know, aside from the fact that a lot of GTII holders have already been so kind to me. Guys, I can't say no to things like that, you know what I mean? So, buddy, I actually can't read your name, but you're asking me, how is CLNV doing? We can absolutely put it on the list, and we'll take a look at it as well, okay? So that's gonna be towards, let's see. Actually, let's go ahead and start touching down on the tickers that we're gonna look at tonight, guys. So far, we have that ticker that I think Moon was actually talking about, AI. We also have MGAM. We have COSM. T Wood, he was talking about BGXX, right? I owe one for Trace, and that's going to be JUPW. We have CTRM, CLNV, and INDO. Okay, you guys, awesome list. I know that a lot of these tickers are actually going to make some pretty nice moves, so we're going to go over them, and everything is going to be good, you guys. But if you are new to the chat, please make sure to hit that like button, guys. It really does help with getting the word out, and it absolutely helps with getting some more people in here to get, you know, I'm actually asking for this because I would love for more and more people to be exposed to a different way of trading the markets, right, you guys? I wouldn't at all express that urgency unless there were some actual results, you know, to lead for the upside, right? Chris Martin, thank you so much for your donation, my friend. You have done so much already for the Arca Bulls family, and you're so kind for sharing that with me. And I definitely have not forgotten about it. If I can actually be quite honest here with you, I spoke to one of the heads of the Crypstex trading team, and they actually mentioned to me that they realized that they put the indicator notifications, the alert system, into the algorithm, and actually have forgotten about it, and they're restructuring it so that we can start getting the notifications on our phones based on the Crypstex signals, right? So as we speak, they're actually recoding it or redeveloping it so that it can be not only an alert system for, you know, within TradingView, but also an alert system to your mobile device. My goodness, guys, that is going to be a game changer, and that is per Chris Martin's question. Chris Martin asked me, hey man, can we actually make these things happen for an alert system? And in that conversation with Crypstex, they actually said they wanted to make this more of incorporating the mobile system as well. So that is awesome, you guys. This is very good news, and I have you to thank, Chris, for that. Thank you so much for your question. But know for a fact that I have not forgotten, and I am absolutely on top of it. And in fact, I think we're going to include it. I may have mentioned this to you. We may include that type of tutorial in a clinic. Okay, we're gonna do some live in Discord. Oh, Chris, if you're not a part of Discord yet, please go ahead and join, because that's where I'm gonna be doing these seminars and clinics, okay, that are gonna be showing how to trade the strategies for the indicators, okay, my dude. So please go ahead and find that out. Thank you so much for your donation. That means so much. Thank you so kindly. And you always come in here and always show all that support, my dude. Thank you so much. David Parr, good to see you in here, my dude. Really love it, man. What, Tamir, how you doing? Man, I love it that everybody is showing up. Ed Princeton, how you doing? I actually know, guys, that sometimes I can get a little buried with comments and stuff, but trust me when I say that I am not avoiding anyone whatsoever. And in fact, if I haven't replied the first time, please just go ahead and send me a message again, or a comment here, or a DM, however you want to do it. I'm not gonna feel like you're pressuring me or anything, right, guys? So I want you to make sure I want to make sure that you know that I'm willing to answer these things. Just sometimes they get a little backed up, right, you guys? So another thing, guys, don't fall for the comments, the WhatsApp comments, and the what is it, the helplines and the text me's, guys. That's not me. Okay, you guys, do not fall for that stuff. There are a bunch of crooks in the comments below, a bunch of Arca imposters that are trying to take your money. Don't fall for that, okay? I just want to get that out of the way just real quick so that you make sure not to fall for those comments, okay? So let's go ahead and refer back to the chat right here. Steven, will I be reviewing Wolf? I'll go ahead and put it in the list again. Because I know a lot of people have been talking about that, and I know that Wolf actually continued to that upside even after we said it was going to go up and then it came down, right? But, oh man. So yes, you guys, I absolutely, and actually Sebastian, man, thank you so much for that donation. I actually owe you that one still, my dude. So I will add it for sure, okay? I'll make sure to put it down here for you. Okay, so has anybody seen T Wood? Are you in here, T Wood? You were asking me for about ticker symbol. What was it? BGXX. Are you in the chat? Okay, so let's go ahead and continue on with these comments here. I want to go ahead and refer to the chat. So, Randy, I'll go ahead and add that ticker. You're saying VTGN. I'll go ahead and add it here, okay? But if I don't have time, we can always check it out in the next stream, okay? So it's no problem. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow as well. So guys, if you're not familiar with the schedule, the streaming schedule is Sunday, Mondays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, okay? Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. And it's set like that for a specific reason, okay, you guys? So we're gonna be streaming tomorrow as well. So if I don't get your ticker in the, from the ticker request today, I will get to it tomorrow, okay, you guys? But let's go ahead and continue taking a look at these comments right over here. I know that there's a few people already talking, so I want to make sure that I can get as many people as I can. Chopness, so you're saying, Arca, do you tend to swing or scalp trade more? Okay, so I'm able to do both. The thing here is that my toddler has this he has this like ongoing blood iron issue, right? So it interrupts his sleep. So it's right now what I'm trying to do is provide to you guys a type of swing plays that are absolute slam dunks, right? But as soon as I can get him back into the schedule, then I will be able to stream live in the mornings instead, where I would be doing more of scalp style trades. Okay, you guys, so please know that I'm able to do both, but the only reason I'm suggesting swings right now is because of my schedule. It's just my toddler literally fell asleep this morning. I'm talking about to go to sleep at night, right? I rocked him for 3 hours and he didn't go to sleep until 6 in the morning. That is really screwing with my schedule, okay, you guys? So Hound, what is up, dude? Good to see you here. So yeah, you guys, I'm just I want you to know that I can do both. I can swing trade and scalp. I can day trade momentum. I can all of that stuff, right? So, but it's just right now swing. But I'm happy to answer the question to you, my dude. Thank you so much. Rocket Lock, thanks so much for your support, my dude. I'm happy that you're long COSM, right? We're gonna look at that ticker as well. No, you the man. All right. So, Steven, you're saying Arca question. I was stopped out of GTII with a 4% trail. Oh, so you were trail stop. Okay, so when I had to run some errands, can you give advice on a way to manage something like that? And let's see, and another entry point. Yeah, we can go over the entry points as well. Now, as far as trailing stop losses, that's an uncontrolled way of moving through the markets with a stop loss, right? So what I tend to do is that when I'm now, for example, in GTII, I'm up about 20 something %, right? So I'm not trailing the stop loss until I move above the next inflection zone. So in this case, when we're talking about inflection, I'm not covering GTII just yet, by the way. Okay, so when I'm talking about an inflection zone, meaning if you can look in the chart, right? Just look at what I'm doing here. This was a very important resistance that I was talking about regarding this gap. And we actually, if I zoom in, you're going to be surprised as to how accurate it was. Look at this. Okay, the wick literally touched that resistance and just kind of rejected it immediately. So when we pass this and we reach this 249 level, I expect a pullback, and then we're going to start confirming not only this top of the support, but also the 1.618 at 212, right? As soon as we get a minimum, I'm talking a minimum, this is a very minimum 4-hour candle closure on a closing basis above $2.12, then I would consider moving my stop loss to the next area up. So if my stop loss, for example, okay, my entry, let's just say it was $1.04, and my stop loss was set below the previous inflection zone, which could be this gap. So I would put it right down here at about 83 cents, right? So upon making this upside move and then penetrating this and then confirming the support, then I would move my stop loss to the next geometrical area, which would essentially be below this, below the support zone of this previous gap, right? So I would just move it a couple % down from that. I wouldn't do the trailing stop loss because if you're choosing just a standard trail of I think 3 or 4%, whatever it suggests for you, then that's kind of a typical area for the price and for institutions to kind of retrace back and stop out the longs from continuing to make more money on the upside continuation. So this is it's very strategic. Okay, so it's only my perspective. Okay, so please, if you are good, trust me when I say that I know people in my Discord who are good at using their trailing stop loss, right? At least you are in the green, right, when you get stopped out. But in my case, since I am viewing the chart and I'm very meticulous with my zones, then I would wait for confirmation of the next inflection zone before I can move my stop loss up and leave it there again and continue on to the next and to the next and move up to the next and to the next. Right? So I hope I was able to answer that correctly for you. But yes, that is a very good question. And thank you so much for touching on that. By the way, we are sitting at $2.01 after market. Okay, so this is 224 right now, but I'm not able to see aftermarket activity on GTII. Okay, so 201, wherever we are right now, which is just, let's see, at the 1.272 right now. That's I would say between 201 and 190 would be a loading zone that could, that could pretty much continue to the long side. Also remember that there is the potential to wick back down into that 176, even to the 167 before a continuation to the upside. Look at these wicks, okay? Just look at how the wicks are reacting as we move up. So those are indications to tell you how the price action can actually move. Okay, so FOMO will happen to us. FOMO will happen, and it'll stop you from putting in an actual buy order that's realistic, to a lower level. Talking about 201 right now. Okay, so this is where we are after market close. We're at support right now of the 1.272, which is a pretty strong support. Okay, but that doesn't mean that we can't wick down to doing these types of moves. Volatility allows us to enter in better entries like this. Okay, so if I were to tell you again, I'm just gonna put it between 176 and about 182 and about $2. Okay, so this is essentially your area that I think would still be pretty good for us to continue to the upside, as I do see massive upside still going. Okay, so definitely, please be careful with your longs. Okay, guys, I am not a financial advisor. Please take whatever I show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment. Okay, I need you to do your own due diligence. All right, guys, so let's continue on with the chat and see what's going on here. Michael Payne, thank you so much for your donation, my dude. GNS, if I have time. Yeah. Let's go ahead and put it on the list as well, okay? Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put here Michael P, GNS. Thank you, my dude. I really appreciate that. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and continue with the chat. What are you saying, chat? What are you saying? So Chopness, understood, all prayers on the baby. Thank you so much, man. We're trying our best, right? And let's see, Jabba Rumba, my last kid didn't like rocking. She liked up and down. Try squats next time. So man, I haven't had a problem with the rocking. It's just man, he didn't want to eat dinner either, you know, so I just gave him cereal. It was a terrible run. It was a very odd night last night. Powerlifter, what is up, my dude? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. And okay, so Maven Devers, thank you so much for your donation. Thank you very much. And you are, with that donation, you're saying, please explain why E-Trade has aftermarket movement, but others like TD and Mumu don't. I've watched most all of your videos, right? And glad to see you're getting traction. Excellent due diligence, brother. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you so much. So it's not only those. Man. It depends on their. It depends on their deal, right? So for example, TradingView, even if I go down to the 12-hour. Which is usually where I'm able to see the aftermarket activity. If it's not set to their deal for representing the ticker, then it's not going to show it. We're not going to know. Okay, but I know another one that does show the aftermarket activity, so that would be TradeStation. Okay, so TradeStation is a very old school, super manual type of broker, and it does kind of cater to most of those OTCs and all those pinks, right? But to tell you the truth, the internals of the company and their deals with whoever they're representing has to do with that information availability. Okay, so some may believe that it's too risky of an asset, and some may believe that it's we need the asset to grow the company. So it really all depends on the internals, and that is something that's going to be entirely outside of our control, right? But now you know that you do have let's see. You have TD, Ameritrade, and Mumu showing it, which is good. The only thing I would have you watch out is just not to just choose which one of those, like whatever one shows it. Definitely ask about the broker commissions, okay? So don't go to a broker only because they show the aftermarket activity. Sometimes you want to make sure that you're not getting charged like an astronomical amount of money for showing you that extra information, right? So very interesting things here. I hope I was able to answer that in some way, shape, or form, okay, for you. But thank you so much for that donation, my friend. You are so kind. Powerlifter, what are you saying? How about Apple, Amazon, Google to verify the continuation of this bull run? To tell you the very honest truth, as long as the broader markets are moving, they are moving as well. And we just got that 25% beat. Okay, we got the 25% BIP raise by, I'm sorry, the rate. So it only went up to 25. I mentioned yesterday that if we get 25 bips, we're gonna go up. Okay, so we did, and we absolutely made that rip to the upside. Good to see that, you guys. Okay, so now if we're gonna face a pullback, it may be whale games. Okay, so another thing is that we're getting some very interesting earnings reports coming in this week. Okay, Mark Roach actually let us know a little bit earlier about some of those tickers that are going to be reporting their earnings, right? So Mark Roach, can you go ahead and tell me once again what those tickers are that we're looking for? I think you said Amazon was one of them. For the earnings reports this week, right? So that was I think it was Apple, Google, and Amazon, if I'm remembering correctly. So please know that is not something that you want to get into or long before the earnings reports are coming in, okay? Because we are looking bullish, but remember that the earnings reports are represented by whatever happened in the past. Okay, so now a good earnings report does not necessarily mean that it's going to be a bull sign. Okay, we have changed the strategy behind your typical fundamental good beat to the upside. Okay, so this is a lot of whale games now. Okay, so I wouldn't long these tickers because we don't know what the implications may be upon bad news or good news. Okay, so we are just starting to maybe pivot, but you know, the risk to the downside is still very real upon the earnings reports on these blue chips. Okay, and please remember what just happened to Microsoft just about a week ago. That thing pumped on a I think it was an earnings miss, I think. So Microsoft pumped and then it just dipped to end up maybe 10% under the initial price. Okay, so there's absolute games happening within these earnings reports. Okay, so careful with your blue chips right now, as those are very volatile. Okay, you guys, so I hope I was able to answer that correctly for you too, my dude. So Michael Payne, kids love car rides. I absolutely agree with you. 5 minutes. Also try to give them something to look forward to. The next going for penguin. Okay. Yeah, so honestly, my son is a very light sleeper. I can't actually just have him sleep in the car, because as soon as I stop, he'll be like, we're here, where are we going? Lucky you, Caribbean, what's up, man? Good to see you guys here. So let's go over the list that we're going to be looking at tonight. So the tickers that we're going to be looking at are, let's see, AI, we have MGAM, we have COSM, MERA, GNS, we have JUPW, CTRM, we have CLNV.NO, ticker symbol WULF, and I believe Randy, I'm sorry, what was the ticker that you were giving me, my bro? If you're still in the chat, please go ahead and let me know what ticker that was. Randy, please let me know what you're talking about, my dude. Beso Amy, I knew I was missing someone. I saw you earlier, I saw you say hi, and I definitely didn't, I failed to catch you, but I did just now, thanks to that recent comment that you just put up. Bruno Bars, what is up, man? Thank you so much, my dude. Dude, do you not promote that you're that you are on a trading desk? You're on a prop desk, man. So how is it that you're not like super famous for what you do, my dude? VTGN Randy, got you, my dude. Got you. Okay, so VTGN is that other ticker. Yeah, so yes, guys, so CLNV is also in that list. Guys, I can't believe you're talking about that motorsports ticker, MSGM. So that thing absolutely ripped, right? Ah, man, this is a very important ticker. Let me just give it a quick eyeball, because I need you guys to be careful with that, man. I don't want you to, just because I didn't cover, you're just gonna be like, screw it, it's gonna go to the moon anyway, let's go, right? So I want you guys to be very careful with tickers like this, especially when they're up like 300-400%. Guys, that's overextension at its best. Okay, so MSGM, was it? Let's see. Man, yeah, guys, you guys got to be careful with things like this. Okay, so MSGM. And I hope we even have enough data to look at this, okay? So yeah, just real quick, just so that we can gain a quick little edge for tomorrow, right, you guys? So this thing has been trading since January 2021, and let's see. So it hit 81 in the pre-market. What? Damn, it did. Wow. Woo-wee. All right, so Powerlifter. Oh yeah, when you do when do we get the camera behind recording everything, adding to the mystery? I actually just set up the camera right behind me. So what I'm trying to figure out now is ongoing power. So meaning that there's only so much battery that I have in the camera. So it's actually a DSLR. It's a really nice one. And I'm trying to figure out continuous power for it. So maybe I need to get a battery adapter that connects to the wall, right? So that it doesn't lose charge. Another thing that I'm doing is actually finding a type of wider angle, okay, even if it is through a different attachment or filter, as the The back wall behind me is still a little bit close. But yeah, man, thank you for the question. That is still there. Bruno Bars, do not ignore me, my dude. Anyway, you guys, so oh, I think I see what it did. That's very interesting. Okay. All right. Let's see. So there is a potential that this thing was, I totally see it. Check it out, you guys. So this is essentially what I'm looking at. You know what? I'm doing this out of the schedule, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put it down because I need you guys to not FOMO in case there is some type of crazy event to the downside. So MSGM. I'm just officially just gonna start it right now. So let's do 9:50 p.m. and let's go ahead and just look at this ticker real quick. I want to make sure that you guys don't FOMO into these things, okay, you guys? So let's go ahead and look at this. So real quick, Mark Roach saying MSGM today announced that the company has entered into an additional debt for equity exchange agreement. The agreement is the quote, right? So with its majority stockholders, Motorsport Network LLC, Motorsport Network. Okay. MSGM looks like it was rising on some kind of algorithm, which seems to have played out. It's probably over. Okay. Well, and Mark Roach also says to repay $2.9 million representing all remaining debt, including principal and accrued and not yet paid interest. Wow. Of the company under its $12 million line of credit with Motorsport Network. Okay, very, very awesome. Thank you for that information. Let's go ahead and continue on with MSGM. 9:50 p.m. is what we have listed here. Okay, you guys. So what I'm looking at here is that it was already prepping for some type of upside move via this broadening. I'm sorry, this is a right-angled broadening descending wedge. So this is a very interesting formation here, as this is probably the first time that I've actually seen it, and I've never actually traded this one. I've seen this inverse, right? I've seen it to where the diagonal line actually moves to the upside, and again, these are just silly formations, you guys. The true edge comes with mathematics. But Bruno Bars, what did you say there? Let's see. Be crazy if we see some similar signals on MSGM predicted the run up on GTII. Yeah, I agree. And that's good, man. I'm happy that you're maintaining yourself low key. In fact, you didn't even tell me what firm that was. So I'm like, oh man, this guy's like super secretive. I gotta make sure to shh. Anyway, so yeah, we're looking at a 12-hour right-angled broadening descending wedge here, and it looks like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 fail. Yeah, we have 4 tests of the resistance. We failed. We have that test number 5 as a true breakout. The interesting thing here is that we have not retraced to test the newly converted resistance into support. Okay, so that's already a sign. Okay, that's already a sign that we need to come back. And here's the next sign. Okay, per the breakout candle, you can take a trend line from the top of the wedge, right, to the very bottom of the wedge, and you'll see that upside move is very close to, if not already there. So let's go ahead and apply it to the top of the trend line, and you'll see that we've already met that move. Okay, so that is absolutely already taking profit from where it's supposed to be. Okay, so if it's overextended, let's go ahead and now just take a look at momentum to see if we have any divergences, right, of bearish ones. So let's see right over here. Okay, so yeah, there's already one stacking here. Please know that a divergence in the RSI or momentum is the opposition of price action versus momentum. Okay, so in this case, we do have momentum making an what's called a higher high, right to over here. But if you match it to the price action, so you'll see that at this top area right here, you just make a lower high, and that signals your first drive of hidden bearish divergence. Okay, so this is already, and there's already a couple more. I see another one right over here too, and these are primary drives. They're not even phantom, and well, actually, I mean, it's hidden. It's hidden, so not everybody is seeing it, right? But I'm just saying that they're very much stacking up, and that's something that you want to stay away from when you're starting to see these things. Now they don't always play out, right? I'm just giving you the bearish case scenario here, because if you're noticing that they're stacking up in several forms, and by the way, Do not try to catch these in a smaller time frame. You definitely want to see your divergences happen. I'd say, in my personal take, 8-hour minimum. Okay, so I'm talking about these types, bullish and bearish, phantom or regular or primary drives of divergences. Try to catch them in the upper time frames, and also try to catch them when they're within the 70 to 30 percentile of the RSI standard setup. Okay, it's better for us not to catch them starting down here. Okay, as they have a lesser hit rate. I haven't backtested the hit rate of the divergences on this ticker. I've never seen this ticker in my life. Again, my edge comes from mathematics applied with, backtesting applied with discretion. Okay, so in this case, I see already a bunch of drives stacking. Here's another one right over here. I'm not going to put it. Okay, there's actually there's three more drives of hidden bearish divergence. Okay, so this is signaling downside, and it's already looking like it's in play, and it already tried to fail that one. So now, not only are these three connected to the last pivot here, but they're also connected to this one as well. So in all technicalities, we have 6 drives of bearish div, right? So now, where could that downside be? Well, the most obvious target for me, without looking at anything else, would be to test the newly converted resistance, right? What was resistance into support, which would be right up here. Okay, so if that target is going to lead us to about $10.71, you're going to find a bounce from the most typical area, which is the wick high of this iteration on January 3rd of about 1443. You can see the metrics right up here for the candles when I hover over them. Okay, it's a little hard to see. I know it's especially if you're in a mobile device. I'll try to make some of those digits bigger here, so you can see the values, right? But these are the candle metrics, right? So yeah, I would think that we're going to be coming right down to this area. But let's just take some fibs and see what they have to offer for us. And let's keep in mind our close, 34.60, right? So $37 was market close, 34.60 was the after hours. So we're going to take an inverse fib here and take it from the swing high to the swing low of the daily iteration, right? So the fact that we're landing between the 1.272 and the 1.618 at $10 or 10.62 is very much in line with what we're doing here. Now remember the close though. Remember the aftermarket close. We're at, let's see, 34.60, right? So 34.60 is, let's see where we are. Man, okay, so 34.60 puts us in the inverse golden pocket, which is located between the knot 382 and the knot 618. Okay, so we're still being held by support here. If there is going to be more FOMO, it would literally be because some intelligent players may be playing with the fibs here. Let's pull up some moving averages too and see if we can get some more hints. Wow, so of course everything's going to be flashed. Let's go to a smaller time frame and see what we have. Okay, so still nothing. Even if I uploaded my exponentials, we'll still likely not see that. Okay, so yeah, we stopped today on the bi-hourly time frame, SMA 10 support. So if we're on the SMA 10 here, the 7 period EMA may be right below this as well. So let's look real quick. Yeah, so we're facing that cross here. All right, so on the bi-hourly, we have the this is particular to the bi-hourly. Okay, so the bi-hourly has absolute confluence with our support touch, the lowest support being with the SMA 50. Okay, so that could be an area. Now, if we zoom out and start to look at this cross between the 200 and the 100 SMA, we'll see that they're absolutely in confluence with the 1.618 at 722. This is likely going to move fairly fast since it is the bi-hourly. Okay, this is a smaller time frame. Okay, you guys. So please know that I am actually per the tech. I'm talking about per technicals here. Okay, raw price action and technicals are suggesting a continuation to the downside, and this could very well be. Let's look at the 8-hour again. Yeah, this could very well be a type of bull trap, okay? So what we're noticing right now, what we don't want to see are these long wicks to the upside. These suggest weakness, okay? So, but again, this can be invalidated immediately when you apply the psychological component, which I'm talking about. I'm talking about, what is it? FOMO. You know, when you start applying FOMO into this, the downside would immediately be invalidated, right? So, There's no indicator to measure that, as we can't tell when somebody's just gonna say, got it. So Mark Roach, you said it's 37.97 versus my daily, or what? So 37.97 is reported here, so it's okay though. So 37.97 is just a couple cents away from the daily range, as well as the 12 hours. So the 12 hours at 34.60. Yeah, so this daily iteration still has that price action within the swing high to the swing low. So that's essentially what I'm looking for. I just wanted to make sure that I can catch. I just wanted to make sure that I can catch the fibs from the swing high to the swing low overall, and then we can look at the potential downside targets. But right now, I mean, we're still sitting in the golden pocket, which is technically bullish, right? So if we're going to get a little more detailed with what we're doing, then I would actually take the fibs actually from a more traditional manner, right? From the overall swing high to the swing low range. Actually, we could do it from here too. Let's see that. So let's just go ahead and take a traditional fib from the swing high to the swing low from the range that we're looking at here. Okay, so we can see that we actually failed the 3.618. We went right to it, so that's good. The support that we're holding right now, we said 34 what? 34 in the aftermarket. I mean 34.60. And look at this. We're also being held by the 2.618 traditional fib here. So this is a golden mean. So this is a pretty powerful support, but just know that at any minute somebody could take a profit here. Okay, you guys. So this is not supposed to be valued $37. Okay, first of all, look at the details here. Market cap, and this thing is increasing, right? So it's a 69 million market cap, and you have a very tiny float. Okay, so 480,000. That's that's high risk. Okay, you guys, you got to look at those things. At any point, somebody could take a profit on this. So if I'm going to be bullish on this, let's just say that I was bullish on this, and we're going to continue the upside, right? Let's just say that. I want to get it out of the way so that you guys don't lose your heads, okay? But know that I'm not suggesting that this is bullish. In fact, we're building those bearish drives, okay? They stacked up like crazy. So let's take a traditional fib from the overall swing high to the swing low and see what the potentials can be. All right, first of all, I'm talking about this range here. The overall range down here is suggesting 59.33 at that 4.618. Which, let me see historically if it even meets anything important. Okay, no, it doesn't. So let's just keep on moving up that resistance line. Okay, so this particular area here, if we were to reach a high, then man, I would say honestly between the 2.272 and the 2.618, 83 to 92.17. But again, everything is stacking towards the downside right now. Okay, so this would be the next technical target aside from 56 and 65 bucks. Okay, so please just know that this would be an absolute gamble for you guys to just enter. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I wouldn't touch this with a 10-foot pole. Okay, and I really mean that, because even yesterday I was like, should I FOMO a short? And then I'm like, no, I'm just not gonna do it. And it actually went up way higher. It was at 19 bucks yesterday. And this thing just went to 81, or what did it go to? My goodness, man, this is incredible. The aftermarket took us to, oh, look at that. It took us right to that target that I already told you it was going to go to. I'm sorry, I was forgetting that aftermarket activity. So, Jesus, if we already have that high, guys, my goodness, man. The funny thing is that the 2.272 and the 92.17 is a gap right over here as well. Very interesting. All right, so if we already have this touchdown, then the next obvious target would for sure be the 92.17 to cover that gap, right? And if we're going to be just overall like stupid bullish here, then the resistance level from these candles right over here land at that 3.618, 118.50. This thing is like HKD. It already met the upside targets, guys. This broadening wedge suggested for us to reach 59.70, and in fact it went to 80. So this is already fair. It already made a fair move. So again, I'm gonna warn you guys to probably stay away from this. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor, but this is it almost looks like it's being played to distract us from something else. And I don't know what if it's huge speculation here. Okay, I'm just saying, but I don't tend to believe in things like that. It's just when you start getting edge in the markets and you start trading the right way, then you'll usually stay away from things like this because opportunities happen all the time in the markets. Bruno Bars saw it at 27, told myself don't FOMO, hurt to see it at 80, insane, still not touching, bro. Me either, man. And it plays into the intelligence. You know what I mean, man? If we're gonna protect our portfolios, dude, we can't. And I see the areas where I would literally average short. I can get short this stock literally. I would to be aggressive. I would get short at 118. Because it's playing market geometry. It's playing to the rules, which makes me feel that it's more that it's algorithmic, that it's playing numbers, that it's playing statistics. So. But I'm still not going to, dude. I wouldn't get short this stock either. I'm afraid to. I can have a tight stop, but tight stops won't do anything with this because this thing can just literally wick up and down real fast and force stop losses on many people. And I don't want my stop to be just significantly higher to the 300 area because then what if it does? Then it'll just be infinite losses here. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So I wouldn't. Bruno Bars, I wouldn't touch it either, my dude. So very tempting, and to tell you the honest truth, this could be an easy short. But no, I don't think I'm gonna even dive into that. But that's gonna do it for MSGM. This is, guys, I'm not even gonna rate this. I don't want to say I'm gonna rate this for the shorts or whatever because this is more of a short trade for me. At least in my yeah. Look at that float, man. It's not even 1 million. Which is ridiculous. This is too high risk. Okay, you guys, get away from this. Okay, don't gamble on this. You're better off gambling a slot machine. Oh my goodness! But whoever did make that money yesterday, guys, congratulations. That was a massive win. But these are flash wicks. Okay, these are volatile moves. And even if we pull up, a volatility represented by BBWP. Look at this. Literally, we're talking about the 12-hour chart here, and we're maxed out, okay? So these red bars means critical volatility anywhere within the 90 percentile, okay? So this is critical expansion, meaning that we're already opened as wide as it can be opened, okay? And it's maxed out at 100%. So that's crazy. That's crazy here, you guys, okay? So this means that, let's look at momentum real quick, actually. Stochastics, right? So stochastics are still suggesting an upside continuation overall, and it's interesting because this is a faster, stochastics are a little faster than the RSI, right? So if it's still suggesting that upside, I already gave you those targets, you guys, but RSI is suggesting some downside right now, and this is, I would honestly favor that downside, man. So Bruno Bars, hell yeah. Potentially life-changing trade, good or bad. Yeah, no way. Yeah, for real, man. For real. Woo. I can't be caught bagging this one, man. I've done too many of those FOMO runs in my learning process. I will never again. Yikes. In fact, I actually turned $40. Man, you have no idea, Bruno. I actually shorted Luna. If you're familiar with crypto, LUNC, Luna Classic. I shorted Luna Classic with $40. And I turned it into $1,500 like a year ago. Oh my goodness, man. Jabba Rumba saying wife changing money, good or bad? Good times. All right, you guys. So let's go ahead and continue our analysis right here and see what we have. Okay, so let's just go ahead and move on. Let's see. We said ticker symbol AI, right? So that was one that actually was brought up by, I think it was Moon. I'm not sure if you guys have already seen that, but my goodness. Anyway, that was it for MSGM. What new strategy? What do you mean, Amy? What strategy are you talking about? Thanks, Mark. 1009. I got it. Yeah. So, Mark, yeah, $40 to $1,500 in that short position, guys. But remember, that was literally capitulating. I'm like, wow, people are losing millions and millions of dollars right now. Let me take like 0.0003% of that. I'll be happy. And I did. And I totally made $40 into $1,500. Felt incredibly bad, but then hospital bills. So then I didn't feel bad. So all good. Mr. Zur coming through 9 a.m. in Sweden. Is it 9 a.m. right now, dude? Sweden, man, jeez. Ooh, that is far away, my dude. So let's go ahead and pull up ticker symbol AI. Let's see what we got. Is this it right here? It's NYSE? C3? Cool. All right. As you guys know already, I like to start off the analysis usually with a daily time frame on a log chart, as the widespread belief of the logarithmic chart being a little more accurate than the traditional chart, and often used by professional, quote unquote, technical analysts, right? In fact, guys, I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I don't believe in technical analysis. I think it's a bunch of bullcrap. But to tell you the honest truth, if it really depends on the ticker, right? So if a lot of people believe in it, then I would honestly start to kind of favor the technicals and stuff. So, but yeah, I don't really believe on technicals. I believe in statistics. I believe in math, because numbers don't lie, people do. But Bruno, what you say? Oh, so I'm sorry. I got you right before this. Hold on. Amy saying, didn't even know you could short crypto. Oh my goodness, Amy. Yeah. So actually, the restrictions are not nearly as crazy for centralized exchanges and stuff. But oof, my goodness, you can short with whatever. I literally only had $80 in that account, and I put in half the portfolio, and then it was just 1,000,000% up, which was incredible, guys. It was crazy. So it is 2:10 p.m. in Taiwan for Jabba Rumba. Oh my goodness. Bridge Rogan, what is up? What is up, man? Thank you so much. So Bridge, I do have a crazy schedule, but if I'm not able to see it today, then I will definitely owe you one, my dude, okay? So, but I'm going to go ahead and put it in anyway. So, Bridge Rogan, and we're going to be looking at, what did you say right there? Ticker symbol AAL. AAL. Anyway, guys, I love talking with all you. Everything is good. So now, Bruno, yeah, now back to you, my dude. So you said there's always a loser and a winner. Might as well be the winner. $40 is a decent dinner. Yeah, good trade. Man, I was stunned. Super stunned. And Bruno Barr saying TA is self-fulfilled prophecy, psychology. Yeah, literally. It's just if many believe in it, if there's a lot of signals that people do believe in it, then I guess. But man, I can't tell you how many times I keep on looking at this one same formation, and I talk about it all the time. Is that broadening descending wedge, that expanding wedge? Bridge Rogan, thank you for your additional donation, my dude. Thank you. Mark, I honestly, I think it was 4,300% up, like, to be real. So, and just a quick thoughts. Don't need a full rundown on AAL. Okay, gotcha. And Indra, hello to you as well. All right, guys. So let's start off the analysis real quick. Moderators, go ahead and take over the chat real fast for me. And we're going to look at ticker symbol AI, okay, because this is potentially prepping for a breakout, and it's to the upside. Okay, so I'm only going to make the drawings because that's how I want you to understand what I'm seeing, right? But if I were trading this by myself, I wouldn't make lines. Very minimal. But let's officially start the ticker symbol AI at 10:13 p.m. And let's get this moving. XRP is a good one. Yes. Right now it's down because it's everything will recover soon enough. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm looking at yet again, just like we've been looking at for literally quite some time now on several tickers. I can actually see the touch points already, which make me feel that this may be trading in a higher term time frame, but let's validate it though. Regardless. Let's just see if we actually have some additional touches here, as I think this actually may be it. Let me open up the buy daily and see how we're doing with this. Okay, this formation is so typical in a bear market. They tend to show up and they show their ugly face and stuff, and they represent anxiety. And this is how we can tell that we're not in a stable state, right? So, all right. So I see the touches now, and I think we are trading this in a buy daily primarily, right? So let me make sure that I do have them in line, and I see that this is a touch point right here. I see the support. I see support. All this along this area here too. The touches that I was looking for were primarily this one here. So the outliers are sometimes just ones that we look at for, just an attempt to break out to the upside. But this was never really ready, right? So even in this case, we can actually imply that we're trading this. How long has this been trading, by the way? Since 2021. Okay. Let's see. Can I make this happen? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I see you. So these right here, guys, this touch point, this one right over here, this one right over here. It looks like there were a couple fake outs on this already. And I still am going to honor this trend line here. I think it's still fine. So in all reality, this was not an actual either this one or this one were not actual tests. So remember, this is very discretionary of me, you guys. I don't usually practice like this, but it's only for you. Okay, so test 1, 2, and 3. Just like always, we have that capitulation event, right? Huge bull trap. And another bull trap here, test number 4. All right, so the golden rule of 3 is being followed as per expected, right? And the upside to this is usually found the take profit to this formation is usually found at the genesis of it, right? So that would be about 27.44, and let's make that trend line there as well, so that we can all be in the same page, right? So. I know it's obnoxious that I have the same color lines everywhere right now, but it's okay. So this is the take profit that we're looking for right here. Okay, so this is and it's price, man. So volume is increasing like crazy. We're already breaking through some. Yeah, we already broke through a couple inflection zones too, which is very awesome. What is up, Keith? Good to see you here. Anyway, so let's go ahead and pull up some moving averages, guys. The reason why I do not pull up momentum first is because we need to be able to gauge just raw price action at its bare. I'm talking at its bare form. We need to see the raw price action first and understand our price movement in this manner. Okay, using just volume and price, right, and your imagination. So. Try to get that type of bias first before your indicators. So this way you grow your discretionary side before you do any other thing. All right. So I happen to merge mathematics into this later, but using this was essentially how it all started for me. But yeah, so we have a drastic increase of buy volume here, and in fact. The biggest volume that we've ever faced in this ticker. So the 3-day iteration so far is about 111 million. And a 3-day iteration in the past were just, I'm talking about, let's go to a normal time, maybe around here. Look at this, 5 million. So this is literally twice the volume entering. And the upside continuation is in my opinion, is still very relevant. And let's see, so we already converted that SMA 100 as a support in the 3-day. Let's see what we have in the daily. As the higher term timeframes usually play out pretty well, guys. Very important stuff here on the daily, guys. We are above the SMA 200, and please notice that your SMA 10 has crossed literally every one of them. So we have crossed the 50 period, 100 period, and the 200. So this is, and it's serving as a huge guide. So this is awesome. The upside is very much. Still in the table here, and my target would be essentially that 2760 zone and I think this is landing right at the 1.618. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a fib into the swing height of the swing low. Actually, sorry, that's the 2.618, 2730 to a 27, let's see, 2770. Okay, so yeah, this is following the geometrics pretty well. And another way that we can validate what's called geometric Brownian motion. So we can validate the upside again just with a higher range. This is taking us right to the 4.236. I'm talking about between the 4.236 and the 4.618. So yet again, and now the targets are rhyming here. So this is very good. Now let's take a look. Okay, so also the fact that we have the genesis at this support line from these iterations too. This is signaling. This is another. It's a key resistance, sure, but the key resistance is I would honestly say we're at right now. Okay, so breaking this range here between let's see, about 2373 to our current highs of 2221. As soon as we break out of that, this upside is absolutely in the cards. And if I'm gonna be honest with you, we can actually wick up to two areas. Okay, remember, I like to keep my previous gaps in play for the future. Okay, so in this case, we can see that the gap that from the wick low of this candle iteration on December 2021, and this one right over here, same thing, December 2021, right? Daily candles here, guys. So this gap is absolutely landing in line with our 4.618 and 4.236. So if we're gonna wick up, I honestly see we can face some type of resistance here, and then we would essentially come back and test this newly converted resistance into then a support before an upside continuation. But don't take it just like that, okay? We would need to validate the future from this. So now let's load up momentum. And momentum would essentially tell us that we're, potentially moving to the upside continually, starting from the immediate short term. So let's see 30 minutes. 30 minute, okay, yeah, we're already into overbought right here. The signal line, the purple, remember, your pink line is your 14-day simple moving average. So both of them pivoted towards the upside. The danger that I see here is the fact that we're right at the gravitational zone within the 2%. Yeah, so the only danger I see here in the immediate short term is that we're a little overextended, and in that gravitational zone we can face a pullback, but know that this will live out really fast. This is what I'm saying is that we're going to essentially move this 14-day simple right into the gravitational zone of the bull strength percentile, face a quick pullback, and then face the support from not only the 14 but the gravitational zone, and then continuation to the upside. So that could be an area for loading, which could actually be in line with touching down at the SMA 10 at about 2147. Look at the relevance of our price movement here. It's using the moving averages, and it's now straying away from that 100-day simple. And it looks like we're starting to separate ourselves from the 50-day simple in the immediate short term as well. So the gap to buy is starting to get a little smaller. So we can see a potential 2144 to a wick down to, I'm talking about 2103 best case. You never know. Somebody's going to take profit on this immediately. Please be careful. Okay, so now let's move up. We're going to continue collecting our puzzle pieces here. So the buy hourly time frame has now made a bullish cross above that 14 simple, right? So this is good. We're still in the overbought. There seems to be a little bit of a trend line regression here, but it's not guaranteed that this would resist right over here. And the reason why I say is because we can't base this off of just one iteration. Okay, but it's important to just know that is in play. And another stupid silly formation is it's literally a short-term bull flag. Let's continue on with the 6 hour. Okay, so 6 hour is suggesting a continuation to the upside, but please notice that the buy volume is actually starting to diminish just a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and bring that up because it is in line with the RSI as well. Okay, so let's bring this up just a little bit like this so we can see what the volume is actually doing, right? And you're going to see what I mean. This is what I mean. So it looks like the buy volume is starting to diminish a little bit, and also the strength, the bull strength, is actually starting to diminish just a bit as well. Okay, it's still upside nonetheless, And we are using that 14-day simple as a form of support, regardless of us penetrating through it, but it's still continuous. Let's see the 12-hour also losing that buy volume just ever so slightly, right? But it's still suggesting an upside. Man, okay, so daily still suggesting upside, buy daily upside, of course. Everything is going to lead to the upside. Guys, just I would strongly recommend for a pullback if you're going to trade this long, okay? So if you're going to get long this stock, like I said, anywhere between 2140 to maybe even 2076. This looks like an inflection point. I would suggest right around there. Even if I put in the exponentials, we'll see something close to that anyway. So yeah, right here, 2067 is literally at that 30-day EMA. So yeah, I'm looking at this as a pretty. It is upside and it is pretty violent, but it does have a balance to it. So this is good. Overall targets, you already know, you guys. I'm giving you that 2764 to the top, and if we can just touch down on that one more time. Potential wick all the way up to the 3205 to $33 zone, right? But I am eyeballing this 2776 in the coming day or two. So Bruno Bars, what's up, man? AMC and ABE, yeah, I still gotta look at those. I'm long that forever, and that's why I started learning, because I'm a huge loss. I hear that it's gonna squeeze soon too. Is AMC really gonna squeeze? Is that what sentiment is starting to put up now? That's awesome. If it really does happen, oh goodness. You guys, I would recover so much damn lost money that I FOMO'd in when I didn't know how to trade. Like, that's not cool. Anyway, so that's going to do it for ticker symbol AI. So guys, chat, let's go ahead and rate the trade. Remember. Okay, so your D minus would be talking about the max loss, okay? My max loss for a day is 4%. Okay, so if I'm gonna get a max loss, and that would be a D minus trade. Okay, so before I suspend myself, review and collect myself again, and then go back into the trade again. Okay, so let's rate this for the longs. So what are we rating it for the longs? Now that you know the details, pull back to that potential $20.67 zone. Funny, because look at this, the 2.618 is at 2068, right where the SMA 50 is. I'm sorry, where the EMA 30 is in the immediate short term of the 30-minute time frame, which is very curious. Okay, you guys. So what are we rating this for the longs? So your D plus is actually going to be break even. Okay, D would be your 2% loss. Okay, so C plus would be high risk, but there's potential upside, right? So then your B's and A's is where all the stars align, and you think that, and your bias is actually leaning towards the upside, minimal risk, right? So what is it going to be? Let's look at the sentiment. So Mark Roach giving it an A, Indra B plus, DJ giving it a B, Chopness B. Guys, before we continue, let's look at the market cap. So this is that's ridiculous. 2.31 billion. And you have a float of 86 million. That doesn't make any sense, but it comes with the bull territory, right? So, all right, so let's continue on with the rating here. So, Chopnez with a B, DJ with a B, Randy Campbell with a B. Okay, so Popcorn going to man. I hope not. Don't say that. I hope it doesn't screw us again. So, Stick Vicious giving it a B for the technical analysis, but this is an A plus trade. Okay, all right. So, and now Nobody giving it a C plus. Very, very intuitive of you, my friend. So you guys know that I don't usually. Keith Finney giving this a B plus as well. Okay, you guys. So now remember that whatever I rate does not have to be the golden rule. Okay, please just take into consideration what I would say, right? So, Stick Vicious, I'm so happy that you were able to make it, dude. I thought you were going to be MIA. But you guys, this is it's not supposed to be valued this, okay? So this is obviously a high risk trade, but I'm not going to, and I also don't like to buy rate things, okay? So if I'm going to rate this, if we're going to prepare ourselves for tomorrow's trades, then I'm gonna give this I'm gonna give this a really discretionary B minus. Okay, you guys. And that's a little. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I gotta evaluate my own psychology when I am practicing this. Okay, you guys, because I promise you that this is easy as C plus. Okay, this is easy as C plus, but because it's playing geometry so well, right? It's moving it. My own bias is actually saying, you know what, we can potentially, guys, there are safer plays, okay? There are safer plays out there than this one, but I'm going to give this one a really aggressive B minus, but I will suggest, as not a financial advisor, as your friend, okay, to maybe look for other plays to play, okay? Because this, remember, is being suggested by very powerful influencers, okay? So know for a fact that this is also bullish because of the hype around it, okay? So just it still has a way up to go, and but just know that this can actually take profit at any moment. We're talking about a $10 to $23. That's a lot, you guys. If you want to just catch like what type of percentile we're in, look at this, okay? We're talking about 118%. That's fair. That's fair. That is more than fair. Okay, you guys. So very good for ticker symbol AI. I like it. Okay, you guys. But just know that if you find a better opportunity, take it somewhere else, because right now the markets are green and you could potentially trade some blue chips, some call options and stuff, and probably make better money. All right. So I'm just gonna put it out there. But this one is a nice one. Okay, you guys. So a big shout out to Moon Market for this one. But this still has potential to gain and continue to the upside. So I like it. I'm not going to lie. The guy made a good call. The guy made a great call. Okay. So many people making money on his call. Very good stuff. Okay. So that's officially ending at 10:30 p.m. And we gave this a long rating, and thank goodness I didn't do a buy rating. Okay. Of B minus, but know that was aggressive. Okay. That's very aggressive of me, because this is easy as C plus. All right, so Patrick saying C, too risky, FOMO implied. Absolutely right. That's very smart. Chopness, Arca is nasty at this. Thanks, man. So KYP, I see you talking over there. All right. So Jumbo Rumba, you're saying insiders plus institutions equals 56.5%. Man, what is up, Sorensen? Good to see you here. Good to see you. So Keith Finney, B plus long term, C plus short term. Exactly. I don't know. I don't even know what this is. Like, you guys know that I don't practice any fundamental analysis unless I get some type of share buyback news, acquisitions, partnerships, mergers. Those types of things are the only things that I look out for fundamentals, right? Other than that, I don't focus on the releases and maybe earnings, just so I know that I'm nowhere near it. Right. So I don't focus on 8Ks. I don't focus on the 10Ks either. 13Gs, 14G, none of that, guys. None of that. Okay. So other than that, it's just mathematics and raw price action. But that was very good. So I like it, man. I'm not going to lie. So let's go ahead and move on to ticker symbol MGAM. And I know that there are a few people trading that long. So if you guys are long that ticker, tell me, chat, go ahead and tell me right now. Are you in the green? Are you in the red? Or what is happening with your portfolio? Because this thing absolutely surpassed all of our resistance zones. Look at that. My goodness. Oh, but we haven't looked at this in days. I see. Let's look at the after hour. This is very strong here, you guys. So this is incredible. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to see these things, okay, you guys? You don't want to see these types of candles printing. So this is a 12-hour iteration, okay? As soon as you start getting long wicks to the upside, that's it's a little, bears are starting to take over, all right? But let's go ahead and officially start the analysis for ticker symbol MGAM at, what time is it? 10:33 p.m. Good stuff. All right, so moderators, go ahead and take a look at the chat for me while I take a look at this. Okay, so yeah, you guys, this thing absolutely surpassed every. We noticed a huge pennant, right? So I wonder if it actually made that pennant price objective, which would be just so silly if it actually did, right? So man, I hate it when my lines are crooked. So let's go ahead and see, and I know it actually failed it, right? But let's just go ahead and imply it from the end of the triangle and see if it actually met it. So that's pretty fair. You know, that's not bad. It was trickery, but not bad. Huge gameplay right here. Okay, so this is a mad fake out, and I'm talking about not for the longs. This was a bear trap. So this is it's very interesting that it would fail the pennant, and then I mean, it's an arguable pennant. You want to see pennants after an uptrend, not at a downtrend, right? But if anything, this was a right-angled triangle or a symmetrical triangle, which was what some people call, right? So, yeah, let's get some targets. Let's see if first of all, let's see if we're already printing some. I see it already, guys. Come on. You guys gotta notice these things too, okay? I'm already seeing the drives of bearish divergence like forming. Let me see. Ooh, that's a close one. That's a very close one. Let's see. It's on the green candle, okay? Oh yeah, ever so slightly. That is one drive of hidden bearish divergence in. Guys, don't get mad at me if I say die or di or whatever, like the Penguins movie. I just I got so stuck on saying divergence, like I don't know who says that. Who says that? Who says die? Is that like a European? I just got stuck saying like that. It's force of habit now. Okay, so don't take it into any offense if I am saying it unlike the way it's supposed to be said traditionally, right? So, and then I know that this price action here doesn't really count for it as much, right? Because what was it? Why did this thing? It was not even an earnings it wasn't even an earnings miss. Actually, this thing just capitulated and then moved to the upside. It doesn't even show that there was a stock split or anything. Why would it move down low like this? There was no news there either. Yeah, it was neutral. It wasn't even an earnings miss. This is very interesting. But if I were to just put in one more drive, then yeah, I think it would honestly be from the last 12-hour iteration right up here. That is another drive of hidden bearish divergence. So this is yet another one right over here. Diverge is correct. Samantha H. Okay. PI Trunch is saying die popcorn. No, I don't want it to die. I'm still longing it, man, and I hate it. I don't know why I didn't just pull out whatever's left of it and traded that, man. Ugh. Oh, man, I will never again do that. And whoever learns from me will know not to do that again. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, so yeah, we have two primary drives of hidden bearish divergence here. So it's already in play. Okay, you guys. So this is dangerous. It's looking dangerous. So let's go ahead and validate the downside. Starting with the immediate short term 30-minute. Okay, so 30-minute is already making a bearish cross below that 14-day simple and suggesting a continuation to the downside. So the saving grace would have been within the gravitational zone of the the bull weakness percentile. We're below that now. So this is still suggesting downside and potentially in the earlier timeframes too. So 5-minute downside, 15-minute is about to face resistance from not only the 14-day simple but from the gravitational zone here. So we're going to face resistance from those two areas and then continue on to the downside, okay? So now let's move on to the 30-minute real quick and see. Yeah, that's that important cross. Buy hourly, already made that important cross, came back up, tested that 14-day simple, now capitulating, okay? So this is downside still. Let's see. What we want to do is find out if the downside is going to be limited, okay? We want to see if there's a potential support coming in. This is limited here, but know that it's a 6-hour time frame, okay? So this can play out over the span of about 2 days or something like that. So in relevance to the 14-day in a very discretionary manner could be located right at that SMA 50. No, sorry, at the SMA 200, potentially 184 if we're trading the 6-hour only, right? But no, let's go ahead and now move on to the 12-hour. Remember how the time frames go, okay? 30 minutes to 2-hour, bi-hourly to the 6-hour, 6-hour to 12-hour, and then so on, right? So the 12-hour is also suggesting a limited downside as well, okay? So, but know that, I mean, there are several time frames that we have to take into account here, because the daily is still suggesting upside. Let's go to the bi-daily upside, 3-day upside, and massive upside, by the way. on that 3-day. Let's go back to it. Oof. Entering the bull strength percentile, okay, but know that there's no prior historical information, so this makes it difficult, okay, you guys. So you know, it's still suggesting upside nonetheless, right? And the 5-day should be upside as well. Now in the gravitational zone of this of the bear strength percentile, so this can actually have us go right back up. This is going to pull us in, and so what I'm looking at tomorrow is a pretty strong pullback, but it's a pullback and suggesting a continuation to the upside after about a day or two. So if we're going to reaccumulate here, let's pull up the 12-hour and see what we can do for reaccumulation. So remember that the 12-hour chart actually shows you 2 candles per daily iteration. Okay, so these 2 candles here would be the February 1st. These prior to are the 31st, and so on. Okay, so the reason why I'm telling you that is because that way you can know what the swing low to the swing high was of that particular day, represented by 2 candles in a 12-hour period. Okay, so let's go ahead and now look at the downside targets for reaccumulation, obviously at the SMA 10, but let's see if it lands in a geometrical target. Okay, because remember, guys, price is random. I don't care how you look at it. Price is random. Okay, so take a look at that right there. The 1.618, like no surprise, landing right at that SMA 10 and right within our prior resistance line. So very likely, we can touch on 2 areas here. Okay, so please notice the relevance of the space between these candles here from the 31st and the 1.272, right over here. Look at the horizontal line, okay, as I hover over the candles, okay? So you can see that would be an area for a short-term bounce. Do not get caught there, okay? What I'm saying is that as soon as we face, we're going to draw it in, okay? So as soon as we face ourselves with the support line of the 1.272 at 255 and these candles right over here, we could potentially make a bounce and test either our current lows, right? Or the NOT 618 at 383 before a continuation to that way down, eventually making our 1.618 at 187, and then after a day or two, we can actually then continue on to the upside. Okay, so I double clicked by accident, but just know that I'm expecting this. Okay, so this is essentially what I'm looking at, and remember that this is in a very discretionary manner. Okay, so know that I'm not mathematically backing this whatsoever. I'm just assuming that per the natural ebb and flow of things, then this would essentially be what it's doing, right? Another thing to notice here is very important for us to notice this. Okay, so let me go ahead and create a whole new chart for MGAM here, because this is something that I'm sure that not a lot of people are looking at, and if you are, congratulations. If you're not, then this would be kind of a rude awakening too. Okay, because this can present a pretty substantial downside. Okay, so let's go ahead and notice that we are building broadening ascending wedge here, which is a bearish formation. Okay, so we'll go ahead and take our trend lines just like this, right? Some more line action, right? So this is a bearish formation. The take profit of this bearish formation is located at the genesis of the formation. Okay, so essentially implying per the playbook rules, okay, not saying that it is going to. Take profit for this bearish formation would essentially be 67 cents. Okay, so, and the reason why I'm saying this is because we're at a very dangerous area now that I see why I would face that support at 187 now. Okay, so let's go ahead and imply that 187, was it 287 or 187? Sorry, let's go ahead and look at that one more time. Yeah, the lowest support of about 187. Let's go ahead and put it down here so that we know exactly where it is. And please, 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 please pay very close attention to this, okay? So the 187 line is also the wick high of these candles here. The resistance, the gap, okay? So we have to keep those gaps in play, right? So it is an inflection point, a support inflection, okay? So what we're looking at here is, yes, the potential of us coming back down to this, to the wave number 2 or wave number 1, sorry, the wave number 1 high, right, is very likely. So we'll do this, right? We'll face that upside, find the resistance right at that two spot. I'm sorry, the one spot 272 as now a resistance, right? So we were. Let me go ahead and start this over so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. Regarding this, please remember that I said a bounce from the one spot 272. Then we test our current highs or current lows, and then continue on to the downside. Okay. So now gain the perspective from this angle. One spot 272 test. Right? Test this area test the area right here, the current highs or lows, sorry, as a resistance, or the 0.618 at the resistance here. And then we can capitulate, find a bounce from this area at 187, test the one spot 272 as a now newly converted resistance, and then one more bounce. Guys, this is typical. This is a very typical play. Okay, so then we find that bounce, get that resistance touch right over here. We zigzag around. We find the low support right over here. Guys, if this could be a great short. Okay, we find the resistance from the newly converted resistance into support. I'm sorry, support into resistance, either here or here, and then make our trek all the way down to 67 cents if it is going to play the way it usually plays. I've played this play over and over and over and over again. It usually happens after the third touch of the golden rule of three, okay? Golden rule of three implies that we have test number 1, 2, and 3 of the resistance in the bearish formation before a capitulation to the downside. Okay, so please be very careful. If you are long MGAM, I do expect an upside and a recovery zone that I would probably take into high consideration to removing risk or whatever else, right? So the only thing that can invalidate the downside thesis here is FOMO. It is psychological components, okay? If we don't have that, then this will more than likely, guys, this is the reason why we have that candle and the reason why I started it like that. I told you guys, this is dangerous, okay? So it's because that signals the shorts. Whoever's looking at this right here already knows that this is the short position open. They're going to cover right here. They're going to reopen here. They're going to cover right here, reopen here, cover here, reopen, cover here, reopen, and down. Okay, that's very, very typical of this play for, to happen like in this fashion. Okay, you guys, so now please remember, I also talked to you about the drives of hidden bearish divergence already in play, momentum versus price action, okay? So that's another thing giving us the downside coming in. All right, so that's going to do it for MGAM. All right, guys, please be very careful with this. All right, I don't want to hear that you lost money on this, especially after you just heard me talk about this being a slam dunk short formation. Okay, so please be very careful. Let's go ahead and end ticker symbol MGAM at what time is it? 10:47 p.m. Good stuff, guys. This is dangerous. Okay, so I'm going to keep my promise to you guys, regardless if I'm short any position or not. But we will not rate this for the shorts in hopes to protecting our longs. Okay, so this is just know, guys, that this is a very typical for me. Man, I wish I could just pull up like actually I think I could real fast for you guys. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you a couple of things here. Okay, so let me pull up some pictures. I think I have them here. I think. Okay, but if I don't, then it's okay. We can just go ahead and move on to the next whatever. But let's see. So yeah, guys, I'm not seeing my pictures here, but I have what I'm saying is that I have an area where I collect all of my ascending wedges and descending wedges, right? So, but it's located on my laptop, not here. I should have put it in my iCloud drive so I can share it. But yeah, this is very typical, you guys. I got all the hate in the world when I said that AMC was going to go down when I think it was Tony saying it was going to go up. I think it was this other dude, Trevor or something in Twitter saying that it was going to go up. And I'm like, guys, this is the third test of the resistance of a broadening descending wedge. We're not going anywhere, And I literally said that. I think we were at $6, and I think I told them we were going to go down to like 350 or 367. Man, I got a bunch of followers and a bunch of haters, but it did. It's just because this play is typical. Okay, so I'm happy to have covered it. And I know I've been getting a lot of requests regarding this ticker as well. So I'm happy that we're at least catching it at the top right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and now move on to COSM, guys. I know that there was I didn't put up my video today for COSM. And I mean, I literally said that I'm just looking at the chart and I'm like, well, it's still doing what I said it was going to do, guys. It was just sideways. I didn't post an update on this because I'm like, oh man, this thing is just going to continue doing its regular run. I told you guys that we were going to get stuck within this range until some type of catalyst or something comes in. But please notice that the SMA 10 is approaching. Man, Mark Roach is going to kill me if I don't say this out loud. COSM, we're officially starting at 10:49 p.m. Good deal. All right, so Tamir, hey Arc, what are your thoughts on the VIX now since it dipped under 18? I actually haven't looked at the VIX in a long time, to tell you the honest truth. I've been keeping an eye on the SPX and SPY and NASDAQ, but I actually would have to look into it some more. But Bruno saying, wish I would have seen that call on AMC, would have hedged. Oh, dude, I barely had any money and I put a put in. So the put got me a few $100, way out of the money, right? So it did kind of gave me some good gamma. But and I also wasn't gonna. It was like 2 weeks long, the process. So that's where people were like, what do you mean it's going to go down to this? And then the ebb and flow of the market goes up and down. And then people were telling me, you see, it didn't go down. I'm like, what? I showed you this on a 2-day chart, on a bi-daily. Like, this is going to take like 2 weeks. And 2 weeks later, surely enough, it was down there. But I mean, I'm not trying to, guys, I don't want it to go down. I am long $8,000 in that is not, it's like 900 now. So I lost a lot of money in that I just never realized, and I just left it there for the movement, right? So at this point, I think it's probably worth maybe $1,000 or something. Douglas, the GTI targets, you're talking about beyond the $22, beyond the $20 target of 3,000% from where I said. Okay, so the retracement is gonna likely happen from that area. Okay, so 22, $23 could be my highest target before a retracement to test the macro sized ascending channel, which is this one. I'll show you. This one here. So we're looking at a huge macro scale ascending channel here. Okay, so this ascending channel is supposed to be bearish, right? But the price action, what's happening now, just this huge. This is also in Wyckoff an accumulation schematic. So it's not only that, but it's also a broadening descending wedge, which is kind of a buy formation because it also has a right angle triangle. So we're looking at a test of that maybe 23.12 at the 2.618 before retracing back to $10 and testing the newly converted resistance into support. This is, I can't tell you anything beyond this. I don't know what's going to happen, but I did mention that I was going to re-back test to remove one outlier, and that would be this 18,000%. So I'm going to remove this outlier here and see what the statistics bring back for the upside, right? Because in this case, you're talking about volatility versus momentum here. So upon testing momentum by itself, upon testing this indicator by itself, not including volatility, I actually got a total of, let's see, a total of 11 iterations, and 10 were guessed correctly to the upside, and it's facing upside right now. So that's a 90% or a 91% read, which is the highest momentum accuracy that I've ever gotten. So 75 would be the lowest, and that's also consistent to the first standard deviation of the lower side being at 70 something percent and the higher end being at about 92%. But this is particular to this asset. Okay, so that's where it's important to know that based on so many back tests, that downside and upside, or the higher end and lower end of a standard deviation could be looked at it in that manner. So now volatility did give us an accuracy of about 67%, or let me 68/63%, which is 7 iterations correct out of 11. I'm talking about retracing from a contractive, a fully contractive critical zone of volatility down, to the downside, expansion to contraction, right? So we reset the conditions by entering critical once again and starting to contract again. Now we have started expansion one more time. So that means that I'm essentially resetting the time frame of 32.25 days. So I'm going to remove that outlier of 18,000% from the statistics, and then I'm going to see how low the upside thrust can change based on that removal of the outlier. But there are outliers to the downside as well. I'm talking about to the lower end as well, like this one, 0.04. And we have one that's 39.77. This iteration here is very tiny. Other than that, and 0.38, so there are outliers in every single way we can look at this. We have 2 iterations that are in the thousands, right? And then, which is why I initially kept the 18,000. I'm like, okay, well, there's a lot of variance here, so let me just include it into the statistics and see if what we get. But the statistics are suggesting a very geometrical target, so which is why I'm still respecting it. So statistics are suggesting 3,000% to the upside to around $18-19. The formation, the right angle triangle, which is the one formation that I will always respect because it's both mathematically backed and psychologically backed, gives us taking the trend line from the hypotenuse to the lower end of the triangle, that upside gives us that $19 target, just like the stats do. And just like the 2-spot 618, geometrically speaking. So this is geometry. This is statistics. We're talking raw price action, formation analysis, like everything. Even regression. We have linear regression here, and we're not really practicing that. Look at this. Okay, so there's a lot of signs that made me kind of favor the 3,000% to the upside, and. That's the only. I know it doesn't matter that every freaking thing lines with the moon and the stars or whatever. I get that, but it's just I'm practicing some discretion alongside some mathematical probabilities, and it's leading to that number, which is why I'm gonna kind of stick to it, right? So, Bruno, F the feelings, man. I gotta be real. It's childish to get mad at the V chart and statistics. I know, man. I totally get you, the V, right? The typo. I got you. Yeah, man, I can't be mad at that stuff. It's just gonna give us the opinion of numbers, and that's all that really counts for me. So yeah, that's essentially from there, brother. I can't tell you if we're gonna move beyond. I honestly feel that we're gonna come back down from $20 to $10. Okay, so and then that's gonna have to face some consolidation as everybody's going to be trying to take profits because everybody got rich. Okay, so that's going to face some dangerous, turbulent times up here. Not to mention that I've been looking at these statistics for like freaking 2 months already. Like geez, man. From up here, I was telling everybody we're going down, and we need that. We need the downside because we want to reset this. As soon as we reset this parameter here, we're going to be in great shape. But yeah, that's insane stuff for GTII, man. I hope I answered that correctly. But yeah, guys. Oh, very good stuff for ticker symbol AI as well. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at COSM because I know COSM was, and I officially started it like 14 minutes ago or whatever. But let's go ahead and now make it an adjusted period of 10:58 p.m. for ticker symbol COSM. I have my the load already, so that's very good. Okay, so yeah, just like I was saying earlier, you guys. I was telling everybody that we were going to be facing this sideways price action for some time. Okay, so another thing is that the reason we faced this downside just a couple days ago was because we had a typical candle formation here known as the 3 black crows. Okay, so know your candle analysis as well, you guys. I would practice it in nothing less than, I'm talking about for you to gain some consistent calls, maybe 8 hours and above, and I tend to focus on that daily. right? But everybody uses candle analysis, even in the 5-minute, 15-minute, 30-minute. My problem is that there's just too much grain within the short, like micro time frames, right? But in a daily, it's not bad. It's safe enough, right? So that's why I circled this. I drew a square around this, saying that, hey guys, this is a bearish formation. We can actually face some downside, and it did. But from here, I actually just started saying that we were going to be trading a range, and we were going to be using this 12-hour gap that's being played on the daily. Okay, so this is some time frame manipulation here. So the gap that we're respecting right now is played on the 12-hour, okay, and not on the daily. The daily has a gap as well, right? But we're playing it on the 12-hour on the daily. Okay, so be creative with your time work too. All right, you guys. Sorsen, have a good night, my dude. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So now, if we're gonna look at price action, I'm talking about for tomorrow, which is still, guys. Remember, I literally said we were gonna be in this area, right? But we did face a nice upside today and faked out. So what was that high? $6.80 today. That very nice. Let's get the bias. Okay. So the Crypstex ARC-Series DBSI is a statistical indicator. Actually takes a metric of every candle printed throughout the entire trading history of the asset's time frame. Okay, so in this case, the 12-hour. Please notice the display of strength. Bulls 76% lead over the 24% bears. Okay, so this is still suggesting some type of upside, but there could be an accumulation period soon. Okay, which is now making me feel that there is a moving average right below us. Let's see. Let's load up the EMAs and see what we have. Okay, so yeah, there we go. So this could be an area for loading, and why I'm saying that is because of the 12-hour RSI facing a short-term pullback. This is not aggressive whatsoever. We have that 14-day simple right below us, so this can actually start getting pressured into the gravitational zone, which would essentially push us right back up. Okay, so COSM still has some pretty green. A green notion, right? So let's go ahead and move on to that 30-minute immediate short term and start seeing if that downside, yeah, so look at it right over here. So we do have a downside continuation per the RSI signal. We're making a bearish cross, but remember, this is likely to live out really fast. If you're trading the 30-minute, your entry would essentially be around 617, located right at that 50-day, the 50-day simple moving average. I hated that. My brain farts like that. My goodness. Anyway, so yeah, let's go ahead and continue puzzling it up. And then we have the bi-hourly here suggesting already a bounce from that 14-day simple, and it's suggesting upside. Okay, so this may be very limited though. So yeah, this is, I hated that it's playing games like this. Let's get away from the SMAs and the EMAs and continue looking at the RSI here. So we're in the gravitational zone here still, okay? So this means that we can still face an upside. But now, I remember now why I was suggesting sideways trading, okay? When we're in the target like this, when we're within the gravitational zone, please notice and keep in mind where your 14-day simple is located, okay? Because in this case, the 14-day simple is also located in its opposing zone's gravitational zone, okay? So in this case, we can actually move up, find resistance from not only the gravitational zone of the following area, but also the 14-day simple, thus implying sideways trading. Okay, so we need a break out of this. This is literally redundance happening right before our eyes, or starting. So 12-hour time frame is also suggesting sideways trading. This is slightly bearish, right? But we have that 14-day simple. So as soon as we do make an upside, we can find resistance from the gravitational zone, come back and find a support yet again here, just similar to this here, right? So we broke it. We got into that gravitational zone, got pulled back down. Now we're finding the support from the 14, right? And now we're trying to find it again. And this is suggesting this is very neutral. Okay, so it's nonetheless it's still an upside trajectory, but it's we need something else to give this a boost, like a fundamental catalyst or something. Okay, so the daily is suggesting downside, and it's very limited. Limited why? Again, the gravitational zone located at the bear weakness percentile, right? This would be the gravitational zone right here, so we can face support touch from the gravitational zone and the 14-day simple before a continuation to the upside. And so on. So let's look. Yeah, the buy daily is suggesting consolidation. 3-day, a little bit bearish, but also within the gravitational zone. So still suggesting sideways trading. And the 5-day is slightly bearish, slightly bullish. We're stuck in this thing again, like we were before, guys. So that's essentially what I'm looking for. I'm looking still for a range trade, just like I did 2 days ago. And I felt safe enough to not make the analysis video today because we're just, unless there is a fundamental catalyst, then we can then kind of PI tranches. See you, man. Be safe. Be safe. So then, you know, we could actually just see continuation sideways, and that's why I didn't do the video. I still see this as pensive. You can tell in the psychology here that we're waiting for something to happen, and things are. I mean, Greg, right? I think his name is Greg, the CEO. He's doing good stuff for COSM, trying to fight the shorts. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Okay, so. Yeah, guys, my downside targets tomorrow are literally going to be located right at about $6.10 to the lower end of about $5.89. But this is not guaranteed. I'm sorry, $5.95, not $5.89, $5.85. And why that? Well, because we can start to see kind of a little bit of an upward trend here. Okay, so 604, $5.95. That would essentially be it right there. And then we could face a bounce. Okay, so 12-hour print right here. This is a pretty high quality shooting star candle. Okay, so I know it's below the daily, but just know that when you have the smaller body like this and long wicks, this is a good quality candle, meaning the downside is likely to happen. But momentum is not suggesting capitulation. It's not suggesting a reversal either. It's just suggesting a pullback, and it's per the natural ebb and flow of the markets again. Okay, you guys, please notice the lower high structure here as well on the 12-hour. It looks like it's building a bull flag. I hate bull flags, and I hate any other formation other than like your descending wedge because it's in the triangle family, and a right angle triangle, or a descending triangle, how some people tend to call that, right? So, all right, so let's go ahead and end the analysis now for COSM, and that's going to be at 11:06. Good stuff, you guys. So if you're still long COSM, I don't see any immediate danger. I just see price action kind of scaring people. That's all. It's just playing with your emotions right now, but I see consolidation. And like I said again, you guys, if there's going to be any upward momentum, it would likely be in respects to an economical catalyst or a company-specific catalyst, right? So, but Greg, like I said, is doing a good job, and respects to that CEO. Okay, you guys. So this was we're not rating this one just because, you know, it's just it's consolidation. We don't have any upside validation just yet, but it has moved. It has moved 120% to the upside from where we were just about a couple of weeks ago. So this is fair still. Okay, so let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker. That's going to be ticker symbol MARA, which is another Bitcoin miner, by the way, you guys. So let me refer to the chat real quick. I know you guys are talking over there, and I'm sometimes not paying the closest attention, right, to get to the charts as soon as possible. So AMC Pittsburgh, COSM, what happened to the $7 price target that you talked about yesterday? Still relevant. So today, in fact, we reached 685. So high 680, sorry. Let's go to the daily time frame and take a look here. So here you go. Look, just take a look right up here in the candle high. So we reached 680. I honestly still see the upside being favored here. This play is not done. It's just in consolidation because we've moved over 100% to the upside. There is also a very important thing here on the daily regarding momentum. Okay, so momentum is starting to. This is not aggressive. Okay, so this could be corrective. So this literally could be something like this. Okay, which is also what happened in the last huge run. Okay, we have a first run, we have a little pullback up, and then pullback, and then even higher. You know, so this could be following that type of trajectory, right? So we just have to kind of be patient with this one. But still, in fact, my upper targets are not at that $7 that you're talking about. In fact, my targets are more looking like within 756 to about 822. Particular to maybe a couple of weeks, if price action continues to move in the manner that it is. So, yeah, I know, my brother. We still got CLNV in the list, but we just got to go down the roster, right? So, no, we're not going to rate this one, you guys. It's just consolidation. We don't want to trick anybody into getting into these things. Okay, so Mara, let's go ahead and look at Mara now. So remember, guys, that this is a ticker that is Bitcoin miner. So this is very much running in sympathy to the broader crypto space. Okay, and this is something that we've already looked at as well. Very important here. So this was, so this is a complex breakout that we're looking for, and this was a B structure. Wow. Okay, so we actually did get the resistance that we were looking for from the zone number 1 here, and it was in respects to finding the resistance from the broadening descending wedge resistance level. Know that we are in play right now to making that 4th true breakout test, okay? And the reason why I'm saying this is the 4th true breakout would not only be particular to this broadening descending wedge, but also the channel, okay? So the descending channel is also going to show us a reversal of trend in general, okay? So this is a long-standing channel, and this is telling us that we're facing a potential reversal of price action forever. Okay, well, I mean, what I mean forever is just like because we're starting to pivot, the Fed is looking good, Bitcoin is starting to move up. What I see here is that we failed this broadening ascending wedge on a smaller term time frame, which I think was the 4-hour, I think. There we go. Yeah, so it was the 4-hour. We've actually failed it, but this is a very, very big bear trap, okay? So the bear trap is literally happening right here, and it already started. So this is still facing massive upside even still, because Bitcoin is making that upside as well. Okay, so this makes me curious about even ticker symbol WULF, because WULF would also be making that upside continuation as well. Okay, so yeah, very, very curious that we bounced right off of that 13-day simple, suggesting a continuation to the upside, breakout on test number 4 of the broadening descending wedge. Very similar structure to what's happening with Mara, except that we're not quite out of it just yet. Okay, so this is still suggesting upside for me. Okay, we just faced a little bit of resistance from that EMA 7, right? That 7-day period, but that's normal. Okay, another thing that you should notice right here, this is a big sign, big sign. Daily bullish engulfing. Okay, so this is where we're printing now. Please take a look at this candle iteration here. When we have that body engulfing the smaller red body, this suggests a continuation to the upside. Candle analysis, guys, remember it, okay? Upper term time frames is usually better hit rates, right? So, Tamir, thank you so much, my dude. Thank you. So, yeah. So this is a bullish engulfing, suggesting a continuation to the upside. Let's validate with momentum, okay? So let's go, like always, in the immediate short term, okay? So right away from the area of consolidation that we've been in, we've already converted that into now a support. So this is also a very good sign, okay? And let's see. The 30-minute is suggesting immediate upside, okay? So this is good. We're a little overbought right here, and we're also within that gravitational zone, which could essentially pull us back. Remember, that's 30 minutes. That's immediate short term. We'll also find that that support from the 14-day, literally located here by mid-session tomorrow or earlier. All right, so the bi-hourly is suggesting massive upside as well, landing right in the gravitational zone. Let's make this a little bigger, right, so everyone can see. We're right in that gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile. Okay, so this is likely to find more upside. Finally, getting that pivot on that bi-hourly 14-day moving average. Let's see the 6-hour. 6-hour has now made great. So this is good. Let's see. So we're on now the February 1st. Okay, so we actually went below the 14-day moving average on January 24th. Okay, so now days later, we're making the cross. We made the cross above that 14-day, and now we're talking about not in the gravitational zone, so there's no danger here. So this is still suggesting upside, okay? Good stuff. Now the 12-hour, 12 hour is suggesting a very limited upside, which is very much reminiscent to our geometrical target that we had here and a prior resistance. Okay, so this would essentially be right here. Okay, so $9 could be the shorter term target, maybe even, well, I mean, to be very honest, it could be $8.39 to about $9 tomorrow. Okay, so now the daily time frame, let's go to the RSI again and see what it's got. So upside continuation on that daily as well. Resistance though, where? Could be at, yeah, okay, so we're looking at about 1095. Between 1001 and 1095 would be the resistance zone if we're trading daily. Okay, so now let's go to the buy daily. Very limited upside. I don't like these little pivots. But we have the support from the 14-day and the gravitational zone here. So this is likely it's going to be likely a short-term pullback. We're still gathering the puzzle pieces here. Okay, so and now the 3-day is suggesting the downside. Should the 5-day suggest it too? Well, yeah, because this is a fake out. Okay, so now in the weekly should be down. Okay, good. Okay, so this is what I'm seeing. Okay, this is the reason why we have so many ups and downs is because it's literally in preparation to break out. Okay, so and to break out of what? Remember, it's the buy formation. This is a complex breakout, just like I mentioned before. Okay, so let's see. We're looking at about a touch. I'm talking best case scenario a week from now. Or earlier, 1293, between 1191 and 1293, reversal, I'm sorry, a retracement, pullback, I'm talking about temporary, to test the newly converted, these are two resistances, okay? Three in reality. We have the one spot 618 resistance, right here, 998. We have the resistance of the broadening descending wedge, 998 as well. And then we have the resistance of the channel, okay, which would be at about 1076. So if we can break out, touch that either 1191, 1293, we would retrace and start testing these areas as a form of newly converted support before a continuation to the upside. And now if we continue the upside moves, meaning with a dovish Fed, the overall take profit I'm looking for would be in a month or 2 months, 4120. Maybe actually three. Let me look at this in the 5-day. In relevance to a 5-day, let's take a measurement of time. So from this 2 wave to the 3 is approximately 78 days. Yeah, I would say about 2 or 3 months. $41 maybe. That's again if we maintain the 25 bips. Okay, so that's essentially what we're looking at for Mara. This is very much dependent on Bitcoin, guys. Don't trade this by itself. I'm tracking Bitcoin. I know what it's doing, so this is why I have an edge over Mara and also Wolf. Okay, so Wolf also in 3 months. In 3 months, I'm looking at $1.88. So and Wolf is at $1.03 right now, which makes me feel that Wolf moves a little bit slower than Mara does. But yeah, that's essentially what I'm looking at. That's gonna do it for ticker symbol Mara. And what time was that? Guys, let's go ahead and give it. Well, yeah, actually, yeah. Why don't we do that? Let's rate chat. Let's dive in. Let's rate this for the longs. This is absolutely a long trade right here. We gave it a previous rating of B-, and this could essentially continue to the upside after a small short-term pullback. Remember that pullback I'm looking at is about 692. So this was the prior rating we gave it, B-, right? So what are we gonna give it today? Chat, go ahead and rate this right now. I just need to open up the window because it is super hot in the studio. All right, so let me just open up the window, continue rating this. I want to see what the sentiment is. All right, let's see what it is, you guys. Hold on. Okay. All right. So we're giving it a let's see. It's a round B. All right. Guys, I'm not going to lie. That's where I was too. The only reason I'm going to give this and stick to a B minus, guys, is because it's because CPI. Don't forget about CPI. CPI data is coming out, guys. If we get a CPI miss, this bull run will be a huge bull trap. Okay, so that would essentially, remember the FOMC minutes, man. I know it was bullish. It was all bullish. Okay, but if CPI comes in with a miss, then that would essentially give us reason to believe that maybe the Fed would actually have to increase by a 50 BIP. And if we get a 50 BPS, oh man, if we get a 50 BPS in the coming FOMC meet, that's not going to be good. Okay, that's not going to be good. All right, you guys. So this is still, for me, I'm still gonna favor the B minus. So Mark, you told me that I started this at 11:09. Got it. Thanks, dude. I didn't note that down. You guys are the best, man. Thank you guys so much. Please, if you're new to the chat, make sure to hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe to the channel. Samantha H coming through with the suggestion. Thank you so much, you guys. So we're gonna now officially end it at 11:20, right? So 11:20 p.m. and we gave this a long rating of B minus, and it's gonna stay that way, I think, in my opinion, right? Sorry, you guys. I just my mouth is getting a little dry because of talking too much. Let's get a sip. So, yeah, guys, I think Mara and Wolf are actually in pretty stable positions as long as Bitcoin continues that upside. And Bitcoin is, in fact, on its path to about 25,400. Guys, we have not been there for a while. Good stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and now move on to the next ticker. And that's going to be Michael Payne, if you're still in here, my dude. Let's look at GNS. Is anybody here still long GNS, by the way? I don't know. I know that there was a huge movement going on with that. And there's also a GNS community in the Discord, the Arca Bulls Discord as well. Okay, so is anybody still long GNS in the chat? Go ahead and chime in and please let me know. But let's take a look at this. I did have a preload. I think that was still pretty good. Okay, so Dark Horse, you're still heavy in GNS? Okay, so... And we've been consolidating for quite some time, right? So this is not a... And it's in a 30-minute, though. Let me move to the daily like always, right? So this is a... Wow, it's maintaining that upside. Huge bull flag here. It actually met the target that we were looking for. Good deal, okay? I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see when we actually meet the damn targets, okay? So like, geez, when I look back at these and I'm like, oh man, I made it. Oh, whew. Thank goodness I didn't like throw somebody off a cliff or something, right? Oh man. But okay, so let's go ahead and officially start GNS at, what time is it right now? So 11:22 p.m. GNS, okay? Let's get it started, okay, you guys? So go ahead, moderators, go ahead and take over the chat. And let's take a look at what GNS is doing, as we do have some longs still in this. Samantha H saying that for GNS CEO, he's doing good things. So this is good. Yeah, Sebastian Lim, I'll definitely give you that support as well, okay? Actually, let me just push that off one more time. Hold on. The support level, if we're even suggesting downside, bro. I know you're talking about. Oh my goodness, man. Is it doing that again? Just bullish? Jeez. Okay. Your support, dude. I'm talking about immediate short term. This thing is suggesting upside like all the way through, right? But if I were to suggest anything as far as a downside, oh man, it would be at that SMA 100 at about $1 flat. So just at about $1. Best case scenario, SMA 10 at 98 cents, dude. And that's if somebody takes profit right away, then I'm talking maybe EMA 7 at 96, but 96 to $1 would be your support. Okay, Sebastian, I hope you I hope you're still loaded this, because this thing is probably gonna continue to the upside aggressively over the next few days. It's at 81. What do you mean? After hours or what? 85. Why did it do that? Okay, I got you, man. Thank you. The support level is met though, and this is a huge. Oh man. This is a hammer candle, my bro. So it's still suggesting downside, right? But this is a hammer candle with a huge gap above us. And it actually closed at our level of support too. Oh man, why is it 85 cents? I hate it when it does this. Hold on, you guys. We'll continue GNS in just a quick sec. Let me just get, I'm a little curious now. Let's see. This one could do for now. So we're going to look at the Bitcoin futures and see, okay, well, that's why. I see. If we're going to be at support and maybe a little lower still. But remember to not always just trust. Still upside on the, let me see where we closed though. So 23,995. 24,450. This is a natural pullback. And still suggesting upside. Okay, so very limited downside on CME. But let me look at spot price action real quick and see what it's doing currently with markets being traditional markets being closed. So let me see. I'll get you, dude. Sebastian, I know sometimes I totally miss your stuff, buddy. So I will help you with this because I know sometimes you're trying to catch my attention and I don't get to it always, right? Where are we? So let's go to auto. Okay. Let's get into traditional candles again. And take a look at the daily. So this is spot price action. We're at 23,800 versus CME or futures closing at what? Let's see. 23,900 even still. Okay, so 23,800, we're right within that. Bro, the support level may have been already met. And where are we in relation to VWAP? Okay, so let's see. I have it already in there. Okay, there we go. We're slightly on the daily actually. We're slightly below VWAP, but if we go to the 4 hour, let me see. Resistance is still from that VWAP. Okay, so brother, this is a temporary, very temporary pullback. And the thing is, Sebastian, look here's the thing, dude. I'm looking at spot price action. That means that Bitcoin CME futures are not open, right? And neither is Wolf. So that means that likely Bitcoin is going to recover. Okay, so this is likely going to recover after some time tonight, right? And eventually make Wolf gap up. Okay, so if it does gap up, you're gonna find that resistance at that EMA 7 or the SMA 10, right where I was talking about earlier as a support. But instead it's gonna find itself some resistance right over here at 96 to about 98, and that would be in respects to Bitcoin continuing to the upside, and it looks like it honestly is. This man, yeah, this is still looking very bullish. This as long as we're above this nominal line, the NMA line is on Arc Sniper. This is still like very bullish. Okay, so very short-term pullback. We're not going to see it in the price action for Wolf. So if Wolf is just going to continue on to the upside once this finds the support and continues onwards and upwards. Okay, so you're still good. You're still good on Wolf. All right, my dude. So that 81 or 85, wherever we're at, that may have been the bottom right there, and then we continue. So it depends on spot price action versus futures on Bitcoin, and then we'll see that. But just to be very discreet about it, Abner Cruz, what is up, man? I asked Claire. I was like, "Are you Abner Cruz's daughter? And she goes, nah, we're just trying to figure this out together. And I'm like, Claire, you're a liar. No, so she actually has reached out with a bunch of questions, and I absolutely encourage it. And you are asking me to take a look at EBET. I'm not going to lie to you, Abner. I don't think I'm going to get to it in the video, but we'll get to it tonight. No matter what, dude, I'll send you some images. You and I talk all the time. So let me just go ahead and put it down here for you. Okay, my dude. So EBET is your ticker. Of course, my man. Of course, of course. Good to see you, brother. I hope everything is okay at home. I hope everything's good at work. Good with the family, right? So all the best wishes to you. Okay, so let's go ahead. I know. Abner, you're saying she's extremely smart. I know she is. And I actually told her that. I said, I didn't know that she was. You know. So she actually put up a painting of this Belle. I think it was the princess, in her avatar. And I asked her, "Is this? Did you draw that?" And she goes, "No, but I doodle." And then when she said that, I'm like, "Oh, you are the one." Okay, so that's when I made the math out of it, right? So. Very good stuff. Abner Cruz, you don't have to, my dude. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate you. So we'll go ahead and go over that EBET. I'll shoot it over to you tonight, my dude, and we'll make sure that we're still in the green for that, okay? Or if anything bad happens, then of course we'll find an exit strategy, okay, you guys? But nonetheless, we absolutely got to look at ticker symbol. Was it GNS? Dude, we already saw GNS. That was Michael Payne's GNS, or no? Oh, no, we still got to look at it. Guys, you're messing up. All right, so ticker symbol GNS. We're going to officially start it again, all right, at 11:30 p.m. Okay. Perfect. All right, so like I was saying, guys, I honestly feel like sometimes I feel like I'm just a huge breath of fresh air, right, when we see the targets being met where we talk about, right? I don't want to I don't want to fail you guys. It's not in my ideas book to fail you, okay? I want to give you guys a viable information. Okay, so are we facing downside or not? The daily is facing some support from that 14-day simple already, okay? We have to notice, always note your psychological components, okay? So in this case, $4.20 to about $4.81 is that psychological component. We've already used it one time as a form of support, but that was in respects to this gap right over here before, right? So we've already covered just a little bit of it in the future, but right here, guys, just know that this. Wow, look at that! This candle, this daily iteration landing right at the 2.618. So if we're going to face some downside, we can face some bouncing action for now. And I'm talking about because momentum is suggesting some sideways trading. This is not bearish like capitulation bearish. This is actually consolidation bearish. Okay, so we can face range trade right here between 467. Before we validate this, I'm talking about before we officially validate it, my discretion is telling me support of the 2.618 at 467 to our current lows of 530. Okay, so now let's validate that, okay? Because this is a very relevant area of support. Let's open up the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. It's suggesting very limited downside as well. Okay, so Steven, make sure to come back to the video and check out the timestamps if you need anything, okay, my dude? I know that you were talking about, I think it was you who was talking about ticker symbol Wolf. So now that I didn't actually cover it, right? But know that I talked about it at around 11:20 p.m. 11:22. Okay, so yeah, immediate short-term downside. Buy hourly is suggesting downside continuation as well. Okay, so that's still supporting that downside touch of about 467. Even still, so the 6-hour time frame is also suggesting some downside. Everything is right at the brink of that 14-day simple. So this essentially it means that we could be facing a short-term downside before a continuation to the upside. And don't quote me yet. Let's see what the 12-hour has to offer. So the 12-hour is more bearish than anything, okay? We're at that gravitational zone right now, suggesting a continuation to the downside, implying that maybe we need to cover the daily gap to about 420, okay? Now, it looks like it's very limited downside here on the daily, which means that it would essentially just be to our current wick low of about 491. I wouldn't trust that, though, because we're getting further downside on after hours. So it went down another 10 cents in the after hours opposed from the market close or traditional close of 530. So if that is suggesting downside, that means that the buy daily would too. Okay, so the buy daily is a little bit, yeah, you guys, I honestly think that your lowest level here would be about 421. And that recovery wouldn't happen for days. Okay, so GNS could be in the process of maybe either finishing its upside or starting a consolidation period that would essentially consist of a range of between 415 to, I'd say, about 566. And if that is the case, that is a very good trading range. Okay, so this is essentially what momentum is suggesting. Okay, be very careful. Okay, you guys. So this is still for me just slightly bearish, slightly bullish, but it's not giving us any signs of immediate upside or immediate reversal. Okay, so I just see immediate retracement, right? But then a bounce is just essentially what I'm looking at. It's just this suggesting more of this price action here. Indecision. I don't know what's going on with GNS. Maybe something fundamental, but it could be in respects to that. Okay, you guys. So that's gonna do it for ticker symbol GNS. Very simple. It's just it's not anything more complex than what it's showing. Okay, so 11:35 p.m. Let's not go ahead. Let's not rate this right now, you guys, because we don't want to have anybody in consolidation. We don't want to have our longs stuck in that area. Okay, you guys. So please be very careful of this. We're gonna go ahead and leave this as a no rating. All right. Okay, so guys, I know that there's been a serious amount of requests here, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to ticker symbol AAL. Let's see what it's got for us. Let's see what it's got. Ticker symbol AAL. I think it was Bridge Rogan who asked me for that ticker. So let's go ahead and let's find it now. Okay, so AAL. American Airlines, good deal. These are safer plays, you guys. So looking at tickers like this absolutely is encouraged. Okay, so yeah, this thing is in major preparation right now. So we're in a oh, wow. Okay, I see what it's doing more or less. This is we may be prepping for a major reversal here, but this is likely to take some time. Okay, so this is following regression very nicely. In fact, I may be able to correct this even still. Yeah, this is very nice, you guys. So I'm thinking that this is setting up for a macro scale reversal, and this is in respects to what's happening to the broader markets, I'm sure. Okay, so very nice regression here and still respecting it. Okay, the thing that I'm noticing here is that the bottom side of this area is, of course, like we've always been mentioning, a broadening descending wedge. Okay, so it's very much in respects to the I'm sorry, I didn't officially start this, right? So 11:37 p.m. officially starting AAL. Okay. Got it. All right. So yeah, just to touch down once again, because I mentioned it without starting, right? We're following linear regression pretty nicely here on a macro scale, and it looks like it's actually making that prep for a macro reversal to the upside in respects to now a smaller time frame formation known as that typical, very typical broadening descending wedge. Okay, so there are a few areas to where this could have started, but I think my bias is leaning towards this one here. Touch points I'm looking for are this here from January 13th, 22. Supports here, resistance here, Okay, so that's essentially what I'm looking for. I'm gonna correct this a little more, you know, per my discretion, right? But just know that that's essentially what I'm looking for. And the touch points here, let's go ahead and zoom in now and show you the contacts that I'm looking for. Okay, so contact here, 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 and the body right over here. Okay, so that's essentially what I'm looking for the supports. For the resists, like I said, it's matching pretty well. Plenty. The adjustment I said was probably going to be like this. And that makes me believe that now this is the starting point. There we go. Very clean, very clean. Okay, so yeah, broadening descending wedge. For the 1, 2, 3, 4 tests, fake out, bull trap, right? Capitulation event and test number 5, and we're already in the process of testing that newly converted resistance into support. Take profit per the trading rules is located at about 2180. So we'll go ahead and note that right there. Okay, so break of market structure here on the buy daily, right? So now we have we were in a series of lower highs, and now we have broken that structure. Very good sign. So that this is absolutely a good sign, and suggesting a continuation of the upside. Still huge buy daily candle here. Okay, so if this means that we may have already confirmed our broadening descending wedge support line here. Okay, so if the upside is going to continue, let's go ahead and take a look at our moving averages and also momentum. Okay, so this is very good stuff here. Resistance right away from that SMA 200 on the buy daily. Okay, so it's now trying to make a reversal. It's trying to make a bull cycle. Okay, now why am I saying bull cycle is because the 200 SMA on a buy daily, that's macro scale time frame. Okay, you guys. So if we were below it for, let's see. I mean, this was essentially starting from, yeah, November 2021, right when our bear cycle started. And it's been facing resistance from it ever since. And now we're finally at it again. Failed it once, failed it twice, 3 touch, right? We may be able to come back down for reaccumulation and then break out of this. So if, in fact, actually, no, 1, 2, 3, 4 tests. This is the 5th attempt. So this may actually be the one to break out. Let's validate our momentum and see what we're doing. Okay, so this is looking very promising. All right, so let's go to the 30-minute immediate short term, just like we always do. All right, so just like I said, a little bit of a pullback, still in line, still in the cards, and it looks like that pullback is relevant to the SMA 10 and or the EMA 7. Let's pull that up as well. Okay, so that EMA 7 is the gap area that I'm going to give you is between the SMA 10 at 1644 to 1655. Very, very relevant here. Okay, so very likely we can touch down into these levels. More than likely, actually no. Look at this. We've used the SMA 10 here and the EMA. SMA 10 we used. Oh my goodness, guys, look at that. The 30-minute is making a very bullish crossover. The 100-day and the 200-day SMA. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, yeah. So my loading range would literally be at the best case scenario 1643. More than likely 1654. Okay, so if we're going to continue on to the upside, let's validate with the buy hourly. Let's see. Buy hourly suggesting a little bit of consolidation. This is not bearish. I don't like these little pivots. That's not enough information for me. So let's go to the 6 hour. 6 hour, again with that little pivot. The 14-day is giving us a little bit of a hint towards the upside, right? So meaning that by the mid-session or end of session tomorrow, this 6 hour, 14-day moving average could be at the gravitational zone of the opposing zone, and then we can face that support and continue on to the upside. It's still bullish in my opinion. 12 hour suggesting consolidation. Support in the prior zone's gravitational area, so that's still bullish in my opinion too. And the recovery starts just after about a day or two. Okay, so the upside is going to continue on to the let's see, maybe by what day is it today? We're on Wednesday. A Friday, maybe end of session, or Monday. I can see continuation to the upside for this ticker, and upside for days. actually. So, and the weekly still, yeah, this, guys, I think this is in preparation for a very gradual macro upside. And I would say in about 2 weeks, no, I would say about 3 weeks to a month, maybe even under that, I'm not sure, 2178. We're at 1669 at traditional market, 1667 after hours. Okay, so this is, AAL is, man, this is great. This is good. We're looking at it. Let's see. The market cap is at a 10.4 bill. The float is oh man, 640 mil. Guys, this is a play. This is a play. Okay, so the reaccumulation zone, like I said, just remember, we can pull back. We can pull back just a little bit for a continuation to the upside, likely at about 1630, right around there. Okay, so this is all very healthy. This is all super healthy. Okay, so now let's take I want to take a fib here and see what we have for an upside trajectory. Okay, actually, this is too big of a range. So let me take it from the range high to the range low. Okay, and so right away, I'm gonna give you some shorter term targets as well. But I like the fact that the 1.618 is giving us a resistance range now. Okay, so this is good. So I'm talking about maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, around there. We can face this resistance right up here. But for the immediate short term, let's take that shorter term fib, right? Let me put it to the side. I hate it when numbers start to clump up. So right around here, all right. Okay. Let's see. So in a very discretionary manner here, you guys. Okay, remember, short term bullish. I'm looking at a top side of about 1771, the 1.272, which is right at the obvious wick high, our recent wick high on the 18th of January here, which was let's see, 1764. So yeah, so 1749 to 1764 would be the top range for a short term trade. And now for a swing trade that would last maybe 5-6 days long, 1771 to 1798 in respects to this area here. Okay, so very discretionary. And also the reason why I'm saying this is because you got to keep your prior gaps in line. Okay, remember your prior gaps. Okay, please look at this. And just take a look at the relevance between our golden means and our current price action. Okay, so yeah, I'd say 1798 to about 1827, and if we're gonna go a little higher than just about 6-7 days, potentially take profit could be at that 1880 zone. So I'm gonna just make a little line right over here so I can show you. Okay, so essentially these are the primary targets to look out for short term, right? Maybe a few days, and then this would be a couple weeks, few weeks. Very, very, very good. This is a play, you guys. Okay, this is good. And let's go ahead, chat. Go ahead and dive in. What are we rating this for the longs? Short-term pullback, which I honestly, if we're gonna face the largest pullback, I'm just gonna tell you right now, 1557 could be the very, very bottom side, which I don't think it's even likely, but it's possible. What is the trade right here, you guys? What are we, chat, go ahead and dive in. What are we rating this for the longs? Sebastian Lim, B+. Mark Roach, A. Good stuff. Good stuff. Go ahead, chat. Go ahead and dive in. Let's go ahead and rate the trade for the longs right over here, because this is looking not bad whatsoever. Okay, you guys, this is good. T Wood, B+ long. Okay. Our sentiment is looking very nice, to be honest. I mean, to be honest with you, this is good stuff. Look at that. Our let's see. Was that the this high right over here is actually right at that 2.618. Good stuff, man. B++, Sean Cervantes, thank you so much. Thank you, guys. So you can already see, just based on four results on the chat, that this ticker actually has massive potential. Your feelings are essentially what the broader markets are gonna reflect. So to be in all honesty here, guys, I would it's high. It's a high valuation, right? I know it's $16, so this can you need to accumulate a lot, in order for you to get a serious gain. But let's just gain that percentage from our current price action to about a month away from now. You can look at about a 31% gain 3-4 weeks, right? So that's not bad, and that's not bad whatsoever. Okay, so 1550 gap. Well, that's why I was saying that the NOT 618 would be the 1557 would be my bottom target, right? And that's literally right at the one spot at the NOT 618. But I don't think it would fill it. My opinion here is that it would be used as a form of. Very honestly, it would be more towards 1574 to be very exact. If we reach that low, I don't think we can reach that low. We've already tested this support twice actually, and it's very nice. It's not saying that we can't come back to it, but I'm just saying that usually when we have gaps like this, we use them as a support and not fill them and then continue to the upside. And also, please remember the pivot. It's just what's happening within the broader markets. It's showing here as well. So the downside is very limited. If we do fill that gap, I'm not gonna lie, it may just be a flash wick and then continue on. So it's gonna be a very tough one. So you may actually have to have a buy order at 1552, right? So that you could catch it. But I'm not sure that it would actually fill it. But in my experience, I've seen this just being used as a support touch before a continuation to the upside. And yeah, the support touch is in relevance, of course, to the wick low of this candle iteration, which is that 1573, and it's correlated to the NOT 618. So I'm not sure that the NOT 618 is even there. Remember, guys, that sometimes people or short positions that want to take profits, they won't take profit at 1557. They'll take profit at the next relevant area, so that they can make sure to catch the profit and bag the green, and then everyone else can just get stuck. It's like that in strategy all the time. So yeah, that's what I'm essentially looking at for AAL, and you guys gave it a good rating. So in all honesty here, I'm actually in my personal rating. Of course, you guys remember my rating doesn't have to be yours. Okay, so in my case, the rating I'm going to give this is actually an A-, and that's very rare. Okay, so, and the reason why I'm saying A- is because this is in line to the things that we should be trying to trade more often. The OTCs are good, and trust me, I love them. I love pinks. I love pennies and stuff. Those are all good. But safe plays, these are it. These are the safe plays, and they have clear signals. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't even be surprised if the math also coincides with what I'm talking about here in a discretionary manner, right? But this is a good one. This is a very good one, okay, and super safe. And in fact, I am going to suggest it in the Discord members as well. So this is good. We're going to officially end this at 11:52 p.m. And guys, I'm not a financial advisor. Remember, I can't suggest for you to buy or sell anything whatsoever. But and do your own due diligence, right? But I think this is a safe play, and one that can actually prevent you from losing massive amounts of money. But let's go ahead and keep this as an A- per my suggestion, right? And let's go ahead and move on. CTRM, then CLNV. Okay, so what is CTRM saying for us? Let's see. I remember we've been looking at that ticker for some time now. Is it CTRM or... I'm not getting it confused, right? It's not CR. Oh, that was CRTD. Sorry. So CTRM. Let's go ahead and load a new one. We haven't actually looked at it. I thought we did. Guys, make sure to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. 77 likes already. Incredible count. Thank you all for stopping by. I know it's late for some of you in the East Coast. I know it's very early for some of you abroad, right? But I am absolutely supportive of you, and I love that you also support me back, you guys. That just, man, I couldn't ask for a better community and for better people, right? So, yeah, so let's look at CTRM. and see what it gets. So Castor, let's see, Castor Maritime. Good deal. Log chart, daily chart, just like always, guys. And let's move along and actually just zoom out to see what this could potentially be doing. Okay, so I already see it. I already see it. Good stuff. Yeah, it's in the preparation to what is this worth right now? 118. What do we have as far as the cap? So 115 mil, and the float is almost 100 mil, so 94. Okay. What I'm seeing here is actually a right angled triangle, and this is a very bullish formation in the way that it's doing it, because this is I don't usually like to present curvature here, okay? I don't usually do this, okay? But I want you to notice what's happening with the price action when we're doing something like this, okay? So this type of movement actually represents potential continuation to the upside. This is not considered a bear flag, because what we want to do as a bear flag is this, okay? This is a bear flag, and this would essentially have, this is a continuation pattern, okay? A continuation formation, meaning that if we're on a downside, then we start building this formation, then it's continuation because it'll continue to the downside, okay? So this is a bear flag. This is definitely not. Even if we tighten it up, it's still not, okay? So that curvature is absolutely something that you can use to gauge whether it's a natural pullback or a natural potential floor found, right? So this is another way that we can look at it. So Cal L, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. So you're saying Bollinger Band squeezing, suggesting a breakout. Man, are you serious? On the daily? Let me look at BBWP. Ooh, man. Good eye, my brother. Guys, we have to touch on this right now. Why? No way. Hold on. Okay, so we're in contraction, in critical contraction, and we've been on it, and we've been printing these blue bars here. Each single bar represents a daily read, okay? So and we print them only when we're at max contraction, okay? We print red when we're at max expansion, all right? So what I want to point out here is I need to zoom in for this. This is really exciting. Hold on. Wow. Okay. All right. Damn. All right, you guys. This has been trading since, let's see, 2019 March, right? So what we're looking at here is a historical low. So this is now made a historic contraction low. Okay, so and what I'm talking about low is that the moving average has never been to the 0.83 of the percentile. Okay, so within 1 percentile, it's never been this low, or 73. Sorry, oh my goodness, I can actually get way more in depth here. I tend to do this all the time, but not 78. Okay, so you can see the I'm gonna just draw it right over here. I want to be as precise as we can be. Take a look at this. Didn't touch it. Okay, so didn't touch it, but this is a historic new contractive low, which potentially means that this has an upside. But remember that volatility is direction neutral. Okay, so in this case, we would actually we have to gather the statistics here. So anytime that we have contracted below the 15 percentile throughout the entire trading history. So I'm not going to do this right now because this takes time. So this is 1 iteration here, 2, this is 3. What I'm doing here is making sure that I can actually collect when the upside is already happening, and also when we're above the 15 percentile. Okay, so if you have BBWP, if you have my BBWP, that is, if you're a Crypstex holder, then you'll have this. Okay, so we're looking at any time that we have moved upside the 15 percentile of contraction. Okay, so in this case like this, in this case like this, right? Just like this. We keep on marking our areas, and then from here we actually, you know, after we're done with all this, with the back test, then we start to count the iterations and that whole deal. You know what I mean? So this is how we start. This is how I start a momentum versus volatility back test. Okay, so let's go ahead and pair it with momentum and see what we have. Okay, I'm not going to be able to do this right now because this takes time. But what we could do is just speculate based on prior iterations. So let's see. So based on this contractive move, we actually did face an upside per the price action, right? So that we just start to compare it to the price action versus that, right? So in this case here, contractive level, we started to correct, we started expanding, upside happened. Good stuff. So on this side too, we actually can see that contractive level happened as soon as we started moving above the 15th percentile. We then started getting that upside trajectory, huge upside as well. So the favor right now is in the bulls. Oh my goodness. So contractive level here started expanding, upside momentum, upside price action. Good. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is a good one for sure. And this is what Castor Maritime. What the hell is that? So it's not only suggesting a massive bull signal with volatility versus momentum, but also we're in also the corrective phase, right? The curve is a very, very natural corrective phase, and this is two different traders here. Okay, these are two different traders that we're looking at. I'm going to show you. So this is the right angle triangle, right? This is a great ticker for us to learn together. I'm sorry that whoever left the chat already left, right? But this is very good for us to learn together. Okay, so what we're looking at here is essentially a right angle triangle, and it's right at the resistance right now. Okay, so which is also another bullish formation. Aside from the fact that the probabilities are landing to the upside already on statistics, I can already see it in my through my eyes. I'm already making the math like before the calculator, right? So aside from us having the bullish signals from volatility versus momentum, we're also in a bullish formation, suggesting an upside. So we have a 1, 2, we have third test in here. This was a fake out. In fact, no, it wasn't. Oh, there it is, the green candle. Oh my goodness. So that's the wick. That's the wick right here. So, and this is the test, right? So we break out of it. This is, of course, the bull trap because everybody thinks we're going to go to the moon from there, but of course not. It's test number 3. The golden rule of 3 states we capitulate. Okay, so we reclaim the inside of the formation. We come back. Another bull trap. We face the resistance of the triangle itself. We capitulate for real. Then we start to make test number 4. Okay, so of course we have to revert from 4 and then break out. Okay, so this is already test 4, arguably 5, and suggesting a continuation to the upside. Okay, so Cal L saying earnings for CFRA, that's a strong buy. Okay, so that's going to be February 7th, 2023. You guys keep an eye on that. Okay, so now we are at about 90% of the apex, okay, to the apex of the triangle. So what that means is that the breakout is likely to happen soonish for this ticker. Where are we going though? Well, the price objective is located by taking a trend line, like always, from the hypotenuse of the triangle all the way to the lowest point of the triangle, and then we can imply that to the supposed area of breakout. Let's just say that we break out on Wednesday, February 8th, right? So our upside target is leading us to the range high right up here, okay? So we're talking about $2.77, which now gives us a range of resistance, okay? So we're going to take it from the price objective to the wick highs from these iterations here on, let's see, that's 2021 September. That's our range in a very discretionary manner. Okay, so now let's take the range high to the range low fib and see if we're landing in any specific geometrics, right? So we can take it right to the downside. I'm looking at this candle here. Okay, so, and what do you know? Look at that. 2.618. Yoda zoned right at 290. Okay, the implied discretionary side that we said, 288. Okay, this is powerful, you guys. This is very powerful. This is good stuff. So and oh man, this is a great play. I know it's a little risky, right? But I'm saying in respects to the float being a little small, right? But it's not freaking 1 million, or it's not 400,000, right? So, and then also the valuation, or the market cap, sorry, it's 115 mil. It's healthy, you know. It's a continuation. I think this is maybe even considered growth, you know. So it's still good, still very good. Everything is matching very nicely to this. Let's see this. Let's see the SMAs. Okay, so now let's look at the 5-day SMA and see if we have anything above us that we need to beat. Okay, so we have that SMA 100 right at that 1.618. Let's see the 3-day. Okay, here's the correlation. Yeah, it would be the SMA 200 at about 255, which it's dangerously close to the 265 of the 2.272. Everything is rhyming here, you guys. This is preparing for an upside continuation. Let's get momentum and just make sure that it is. So 30-minute immediate short term. Let's see what it has. If we're going to capitulate, we're actually going to find a support soon. And that support could actually be in respects to the candle lows of about... that's very short term though. Maybe 116 from 118, right? But we can still validate. Okay, so 30-minute immediate short-term time frame suggesting downside. Okay, so let's go to the bi-hourly. Bi-hourly also suggesting downside, but please notice that we're starting to lose a little bit of that bear strength. So which means that 117 to 116 is that range. SMA 100 to the candle lows. And also in the bi-hourly we're forming yet again another mathematical triangle, man. So this is good stuff. Right over here, we can actually see it lining up very nicely. So this would essentially be our other formation here. I can see why we're suggesting downside is because this is not ready to pop just yet. We need to get to 70%. We need to get a 70% to the apex of this one, so which would imply that it would be on maybe this Friday. Or possibly even, let's see, if we go on Monday, that would be about 80% or 75%. So this would be the last area here, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and draw that there for a little bit and then take that price objective and see where it takes us upon the breakout of this zone here. Okay, so if we were to imply the breakout from Monday, this coming Monday, right, it would not only take us upside the SMA 200 on the bi-hourly chart, but let's just see if we have something in correlation here. Okay, so yeah, actually yes. So I know that this is a large time frame difference from the bi-hourly. Okay, but when we're this close to the 0.382, this is suggesting that this triangle is essentially going to take us to not only the breakout of the larger triangle, but also inside of the golden pocket, which is located between the 0.382 and the 0.618. So this is all kinds of rhyming here, all kinds of rhyming, and it doesn't have to, price action doesn't have to do anything. It's random, right? But if we're reading the psychology correctly here, then the downside for reaccumulation before an upside, but we're potentially going to range trade for some time. Let's see. Downside in the 6 hour, okay, still respecting what we're talking about. Downside on the 12 hour, which is very likely to find that support line. Yeah, like I said, 116. I'm talking. Yeah. Okay, so now the daily downside. Here it is. The buy daily is suggesting a limited downside. Okay, so this is in respects to this downside being limited like this, suggesting that 116. Okay, so now the 3-day limited downside as well, and you can see the pivot starting to kind of change on that 14-day simple. Okay, so this is now starting to lose its aggression. Let's see the 5-day. Oh man, I can't even suggest that as bearish because it looks like it's just going to find a bounce soon from that 14-day. And the weekly still suggesting some downside. This is going to flash to the upside based on sentiment. It's not going to flash to the upside based on technicals. So this is, and in fact, it's probably going to go up on no news. You're probably going to see it like that. They're going to say, oh, CTRM, Castor Maritime, whatever, going up on no news. Well, it's not no news because mathematical traders or systematic traders are absolutely looking at this here. And a very important thing here is that on the daily, the 14-day simple moving average represented by the D% average is now making a cross above the 3-day exponential, aka K average or K%. Okay, so this is very important. So this is already suggesting a potential incoming reversal on the daily, but the one that we're looking at is in fact, I think it was the daily or the buy. Yeah, it was a daily. It's always the daily. So even the buy daily is suggesting that look at in critical volatility. Oh, this is another sign, guys. If you're not familiar all the way with volatility versus momentum, if we get consistency throughout several time frames of the upper time frame, that's another way to validate even further that there is a potential upside coming. Okay, so the fact that we're already here at 70%, it's fine. It's okay. I get it. You know, and also historically we haven't actually moved up above 87%, but it's 87% in relation to about 69. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the 3-day in critical volatility upside pivot. Okay, 5-day is reversing from critical volatility upside pivot. Let's go to the daily again. Critical volatility upside pivot. Let's go to the 12. Critical volatility upside pivot. 8-hour critical volatility upside pivot. See what I mean? So this is going to be more of a mathematical play than it's going to be more of a fundamental play. Okay, you guys. So yeah, this is multiple time frames. I'm talking about from the 4-hour all the way to the no, I'm not going to say the weekly nor the 5-day. Because the 5-day did kind of do this reversal from this area, but I'm just gonna do from the 4-hour to the 3-day, every single volatility at critical and upside pivots. So this is likely going to make an upside move based on math, not on sentiment, and not on fundamentals. So this is where people are starting to say, well, why did it move up to the other? There's got to be some type of announcement. If there is an announcement, I wouldn't be surprised if it did it right when this thing moves up, and then it matched the math for some reason, which is very curious. So the two upside targets, yeah. I'm looking at. It depends on how you're looking at it, right? So if you're looking at it as a short-term scalper or a short-term swing, then your upside target in about, I'd say a week or two could be about 148 or just under the 0.618. So, but in the next day or 2 days, we're going to be consolidating and downside. Okay, so this is going to load up so that we can make an upside move potentially in a week or under a week. So this still has some loading to do before an upside continuation. So the more obvious targets for I'm talking like scalp trading, then it would actually be right at the SMA 50, located at about $1.27. So, but those aren't the targets that matter in these types of tickers. This is just like I did for ticker symbol IFBD. It took 2 weeks. It took 2 or 3 weeks for it to meet every target that I suggested. Right? This is another one of those. This is another one of those like IFBD. Just like that. Slow mover. Right? And I actually am curious to see if we can even get an average true range indicator on this. So let's see. So the average true range right now, yeah, this is at a low. Okay, so this is a slow mover, guys. This is not suggesting like high volatility. We're extremely contracted right now, meaning that we're at the tightest area that volatility can offer. So it took from literally January 17th all the way to February 1st to get down to this level. So that's some time relation there for you. You know what I mean? So this is likely to face another set of days just like that to make an upside move to likely. I mean, I'm talking about when we start making the upside validations, which we need volatility to expand, right? Towards the upside and beyond the 15 percentile, minimal 10 percentile. From that point to that, from this point to that point, then we'd probably be at potentially $1.45 and $1.30, right around there. But there are several targets into this. I'm not comfortable giving you those smaller targets right now because we need a load. This thing still needs to prep for that upside. Upon the validation and the criteria and the conditions being set for that upside, then we can actually get those targets in line, right? But I hope I'm not being so weird about that. I worry about the community, and I want to make sure that nobody FOMOs into things, right? So this is very good stuff, guys. So now that you know the time frame that this is looking, right? This is easily a couple weeks, a few weeks swing play, right? What are we gonna chat? What are we gonna rate this? What are we rating this for the longs? It's a comfortable float. It's a comfortable market cap. It's not a tiny one. It's a little risky, right? But this is suggesting some upside a little later. Remember, every volatility time frame is at critical 4 hour to 3 day. Good sign, very good sign. So, a T Wood giving it a B for the longs, very good. Mark Roach giving it a B plus. Chat, go ahead and chime in. What are we giving this? What are we rating this for the upside? This is a safe play. I'm not gonna lie. This is a good play. And the last play I did for IFBD was actually a B minus. So in this case, you know, if we're already seeing two people give it a B. This is, yeah. I'm gonna give this ticker myself a B minus. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and long rate this. B minus. Okay, this is very, very good. A safe play. You don't have to chase it, and these types of plays play out themselves. You know what I mean? So I am essentially gonna provide this one as well for the members area in the. Be with patience, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Just know that you can bet a good portfolio size and let it become a 30% win over the span of about a couple weeks or a few weeks, right? 2 or 3 weeks, not bad. Not bad at all. So let's see. Another question, long being 30 days. I'm sorry, I don't understand. What do you mean, T-Wood? I'm a little slow on that one. But yeah, long rating B minus on this one. I'm going to officially end the analysis for CTRM. I don't even remember when I started it, like a freaking whatever. So ending at 12:16 a.m. Good stuff, good stuff. And a long rating. Let's see. Okay. Yes, long rating was B minus. Okay. I'm sorry, T Wood. I didn't understand your question. Is that what Mark Roach answered for you? So yeah, bear or short means down. Long or bull means up. T Wood saying, "Hey, I'll pass the question. I'll pass on the question." Let's see. LOL. I don't know what I'm asking. Another question. Long being 30 days. If you're talking about swing in 30 days, yeah, that's a swing trade. You would consider investment minimal year. So the difference between trading and investing, I would put a threshold of a year. 365 days and beyond would be investment. Anything below that, I mean, don't get up in here with 362 days. In fact, there are only 255 trading days in a year. Oh yeah, that's another thing that you should know. If you don't know that, damn, I forgot if it was 252 or 255. But yeah, that's about the max trading days that there are in a year. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to CLNV, guys. And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you for 1 second. The CLNV has to be my final ticker, but I do encourage you to just take a look at that, as I do provide a lot of information that is critical for trading and for our learning, right? So let's go ahead and now take a look at that ticker. I know I have a whole bunch of loads for that. So CLNV. I didn't put up the video today either. Man, I haven't been able to do it. Just My son, I'm telling you, he's kind of going, he's bleeding into my schedule a bit. Right, there you go. Mark Roach, 252 days. For some reason, I said 255. I don't know why I said that, but there's only 252 trading total days in a year. So that's something to notice and something to pay attention to. Okay, so the bearish formation is starting to realize, but that doesn't mean that we're screwed, man. So let me go ahead and. So Hound asking, when in regards to time span, it'll be long-term or short-term? Long-term investment or long-term swing, right? Short-term trade, short-term investment. Those are two different things. Those are all different. So if you're looking at a short-term investment, a year. If you're looking at a short-term trade, it could represent a short-term swing. Or it could represent a short-term scalp or a short-term day trade or a momentum trade. So short-term is relevant to many forms. So you can use that lingo in a variety of ways. Right. So is that okay, Hound? Or did you want me to be a little more? I know sometimes you actually. Are asking me something and I'll probably get it wrong, right? Cal does the same thing. He'll ask me something and be like, no, I'm talking about this. I'm like, God, I'm sorry. I'm like literally typing and doing a whole bunch of things at the same time. So, you're explaining it. Gotcha. Thank you, my bro. Thank you. So let's go ahead and officially start CLNV on the, I know you know what I mean, Cal. He'll be like, bro. And I'm like, man, I got to concentrate more sometimes. So CLNV, we're going to start it at 12:20 a.m. Okay, moderators, go ahead and take a look at the chat as I will continue now the analysis. Okay, so in respects to this formation, guys, if you're new to what you're looking at here, this is essentially a huge tri formation, and already we have invalidated one. We have invalidated one, okay, and now potentially two, actually. So in another time frame, I was talking about another descending triangle, and that was or symmetrical triangle, right? It was essentially this one here, and the take profit obviously would be from that higher part of the triangle down to that point there, and then we apply it to the breakout. So this would essentially imply that we're touching our support of $5. I'm sorry, $5, 5 cents. So 509. If that's the case, we need to validate it. Okay, so here's one very important thing. We have a daily print, and this is a bearish engulfing. Okay, please remember to know your time frames. Okay, I'm sorry, your candle analysis as well. It's gonna help your discretion. So this is daily bearish engulfing, and why is it bearish engulfing? Well, it's the red body engulfing the green body prior to it. Okay, so this signals a potential downside. Okay, so let's go ahead and now validate the downside. Okay, so we need RSI. Okay, so this is before I pull up the RSI, I want to show you why I was tracking 3 or 4 formations, right? So a quad formation, tri formation, whatever it was. We already invalidated one, and we've tested that resistance and are suggesting a continuation to the downside. Okay, so now the quad formation has now turned into, and this was the pennant that we're looking at that already got failed. Okay, so this formation just got invalidated, and now validated, sorry, and now it's continuing to the downside, which means that we can essentially get rid of them. But I want to get rid of it when we do touch back on this later. Okay, so I have a larger time frame pennant, and that is consistent of this formation here. Okay, so this is the formation that I said we may be respecting. Okay, so the ascending wedge was the rising wedge is a bearish formation all on its own. And this is one huge bullish formation. Okay, so I was talking about touching the downside of about the lower end of about 4 cents. So, sub 4.5. So 447, maybe around even 4. maybe around 442. But if we're taking the trend line, I don't want to even show you that, because if we imply this type of drop to this, that would essentially take us back down to around 2 cents. But I don't think that's the case. I don't even see the liquidity in this to drop that far. So in all honesty, I am seeing this in a very discretionary manner. Again, I am seeing about 452 to about 440 as the relevant bounce zone, which would then validate that we are, in fact, in a pennant, a larger scale pennant, right? So in this case, let's validate. So let's just get our RSI and see what we have now. Okay, so let's start off with the 30-minute immediate short term. Let me take a quick sip of water. Okay, so the downside is being suggested by the 30-minute. We have crossed below that 14-day simple. Let's move on. Downside continuation on the bi-hourly as well. It looks a little weak on the bear side, but we are in the gravitational zone here, which could essentially bring us right back down. Okay, so now the 6-hour is suggesting a downside as well. Okay, so already my target here is looking very relevant, 511. Okay, so far. Let's go to the 12-hour and see what it's got for us. 12 hours suggesting a continuation to the downside with a pretty significant pivot. This is now giving 445 or 444. It's giving it relevance. Okay, so let's go to the daily downside as well. Bi-daily downside, 3-day downside, and 5-day making a very bearish cross right here. Okay, so but also the 5-day is losing bear strength. So it's not so aggressive like this. Okay, so that's showing me that it's a limited downside. So if it is a limited downside, where it's going to be a geometric level, just like always, guys. So, and it's potentially going to follow with some type of catalyst as well, to no surprise, right? So yeah, in this case, if we're looking at a downside, I am looking at potential 2 days, maybe 3 days, maybe into Tuesday or Wednesday next week. 444. And if we are going to use any lower targets, if we fail 444, it would capitulate to a wick down to 349 before a recovery. And in a sense, it would still be a series of lower highs, right? It would still be considered that, even in that manner. So there are ways to kind of speculate that downside, right? And it could be something like, let me be a little more aggressive with this. In respects to these candle lows, in respects to these touches right here, contact point here. So if we were looking at, it could capitulate to, it's funny that it's very close to that, you know, so and also that's not the area of breakout. The breakout area would in fact be closer to the 75%, which would imply that it would happen within the next 2 days. And now that actually takes us to that trend line. So yeah, you guys, I'm looking, if we fail 444, we don't want to do that. If we fail 444, we can capitulate to this range right in here. Okay, that would be between 314 and 349, but that's only if we fail this. So that means that we have to honor the fact that we're in a pennant. And if we do honor that, and if we start moving to the upside, that creates FOMO, and it'll start breaking out of this, and then we would have to confirm or validate our newly converted resistance into support before making what this trend line from the top side of this symmetrical triangle all the way down to here. That would essentially take us to where? 29 or 30 cents, which is very, very, that's a very familiar target, because that's essentially where everything else is suggesting for this price action to end up. So in particular to the cup and handle, right? The cup and handle top side, even from this perspective, we can actually take it, right? So let's just say that this is the top of the highest area of the cup, right? So we can take it right down here, and then we can apply it to the top of wherever the handle is going to start forming, which could be here, right? So if we take that top side target, 53 cents. I'm sorry. Let's see. Where did I? Oh, I'm sorry. It was the line was the red line. What the fuck is going on? Sorry, guys. I'm like losing myself because I'm already freaking so tired. Here we go. Oh, right. I got it. I remember. If you're very curious, I actually already have it drawn. I just wanted to show it to you like in a discretionary manner. And I also said the F word. I don't usually tend to curse in videos like this. I say like little weird words here and there, right? But that's not essentially. Oh man. Okay, guys. This I was already implying a downside, man, and we're touching my support area too. So if we're looking at the lowest support right here, look at this. The lowest support 474 it's in line with the 444 in the previous chart. This is my ascending broadening wedge, which has a topside target of, where did I say? Look, 33 cents. 30 cents right over here. We have 29 cents from this triangle. So there's a lot of rhyming between 29 and 33, which is if I can get that cup to be figured out the right way, right? So from the top side of this candle, creating this as the actual upside. Let's say, I don't even think that actually corrected it. So if that was the neckline here, right? So that would suggest about 35 cents. Okay, so 35 cents is still essentially right around there, 36.41. Okay, so a CLNV needs to start reaccumulating here. It's making a very important breakout. That's what you should know. This descending triangle is presenting an upside continuation and a reversal. And please notice that we have to favor the 3-day opposed to the daily. Okay, so the daily is, yes, a bearish formation here, but that doesn't mean that it's going to continue bearish. We have to give precedence to the higher term. So definitely know that I'm still looking at some upside in CLNV. This is a natural pullback, which again, it's in respects to the natural ebb and flow of the markets themselves. Okay, you guys, so that just know that for now, it's just accumulation and consolidation. We're not going to rate this one as well. Okay, you guys, so let's go ahead and officially end 12:30 a.m. for CLNV, and we're going to leave this as a no rating as well. Okay, so guys, there was some very good tickers here that we are going to make some plans for on the Crypstex indicator holders section. Okay, you guys. Has that music been playing the whole time? Have you heard music this whole time? Can you hear it? Is it bumping? Hi, Karen. 33 cents is where I'm thinking. So, T Wood saying, Arca, I've been grading long-term and short-term. Hound, thanks. I believe I understand. Got you. Yeah, man. Good stuff. So, yeah, guys, for the people who do have for the people who do have the ARC-Series Crypstex indicators, I am actually giving very detailed insight to how I trade. Okay, so that's if you are interested in acquiring those indicators, please go ahead and send me a DM. You can find my email located in the about section of the YouTube profile. Okay, it's gonna say for inquiries only, right, you guys? So. Oh, you wrote it down from the last time. So you're the best. You're already schooling Arca. I see you. All right, you guys. So definitely keep your eyes on the markets tomorrow, guys. It should be interesting. Protect yourself. Make sure to continue respecting your risk management. Okay. Do not ever disrespect your risk management. Okay, you guys. So, T-Wood, I know you, and I know there's a few people waiting for my emails as well. So I'm going to reply to everybody literally, as I hope, right after this. But I can hear the little guy yelling out there saying, "Where you at, daddy?" So, all right, you guys. So I wish you all very well. Please refer back to the video as I am going to add the timestamps a little later. Okay, you guys. But with that said, you guys, my moderators, thank you so much for all of your help. Mark Roach, Hound, DJ, Cal L. I love you guys. Where is Samantha H? There you are, Samantha. Good to see you guys. Thank you so much for all of your help. Okay, you guys. George T, peace out. T Wood, I'll see you later. Thank you, Cal. I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Okay, you guys. If any questions, always reach out to me by DM or email. You guys know where the links are. Okay, you guys. But I love you all. Take care, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.